Greetings, Metanthropes. I'm RxOliver, and this is the gang, and we're back for session 9 of Anthologies. I'm here with Mr. Chris, Mr. Martin, and Mr. John. As always, in the background, doing our tech support, we've got QP. Shout out QP. Without any further ado, I'll hand it over to Mr. John Legitman. Take it away, John.
Greetings, Metanthropes, and welcome to Metanthropes Anthologies Episode 9, Astral. Before we get our sunk our teeth into the session, I have an amazing announcement to make. With the help of this amazing A-team, this journey and story that we began in a very early prototyping, play testing state starts to get its form, and today is a very important day as we reveal our campaign on Kickstarter. You can go right now and follow it. When this video go live, I include the description on the the link on the description, Oliver, if you may. And our viewers and our two players, besides Oliver, who has already seen it, will have this amazing raw new opportunity to see the trailer on the thing that I just showed you. So I've sent you something to see. I guess it opens the library of Papyrus first, maybe. But if you go to 8, the final chapter, there you can see the Anthologies teaser. You can play it on your own time. Oliver, you play it for our audience sake.
Are you ready, viewers? Are you
1 full
ready?
minute. Let's go.
Yes.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Hope you enjoyed it. Might
That's
have
the
seen
big
some
tentacle.
familiar NPCs.
That's the big tentacle bitch that I snapped their arm off through the portal.
Sam Sale.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. And the Magiman was there, and the new
Magistrate,
NPC you
yeah.
haven't met yet.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, but then I was like,
Mysterious
nah, I
cigarette
don't
smoking
know.
man. Ooh.
The one
Spoiler,
on-
he smokes, yeah. So
know
that
he's
was
getting
it. So these are the stories taking shape as we move closer to February 4th, which is our official launch day. So stay tuned, and above all, stay meta. But let's get into today's session. As we enter the last mission, 2 sessions left, this and 1 more. How about you tell the dear audience what is the path you seem to be following XP wise, I'm saying, for the final chapter of the story. Let's go with Chris.
I got distracted. I was subscribing to your YouTube channel. What did you ask me?
So
Don't forget to
tell
subscribe
the
to
dear
John's
audience
YouTube channel, dear
what's
audience.
going to be the XP spent.
Oh, what have I spent? So, contrary to other people's maybe belief of what I was going to do, I didn't think becoming ant-sized would have been a main priority. So instead, we have spent most of our XP on becoming a thermal motherfucker. So now we can use heat, cold, extreme temperature, thermodynamic. I'll talk about more probably throughout the game as well. Stats wise, I increased my mind and soul because wouldn't it suck for the party if I was to become mind controlled, because I am a weapon of mass destruction right now, and if those guys need to fight me, they ain't having a good time. So, you know.
All right, let us hope that doesn't happen indeed. Let's go with Martin.
Yeah, Aurora's gone full hog on the plant stuff, so now she can control plants for like hours as opposed to minutes. So that should be super interesting. So she can literally have nature fight for her, and she increased her spiritual power, so now she can summon a spirit guide, which I'm thinking I might call Bruin to be my spirit guide, depending on the situation. I don't know what plane of existence she's on. And I can give people temporary destiny points, which I think will be super useful. Oh, and my consciousness I increased a little bit. That was the last little bit that I used.
Excellent. And Oliver, why don't you tell us where is Diego heading? Which meta power did he unlock? The fans want to know. Asking on the forums. Which one was it? Telepathy?
So
Was it
contrary,
teleport? What was it?
despite the game's master, the narrator's pleading with Diego to take more meta powers, Diego refuses, as he wants to suppress his meta powers, and he's decided no more, and he's just put all his time and all his effort into studying, and he's upped his perks, his academics, his athleticism, all these things, and he's worked on his stats. He's just pumped up his stats. He's been training and learning, so no new meta powers for Diego, just more of this and more of this.
Let's see if it will be the wise choice or not. So let us go back into our headquarters where everything began and everything will probably end. It is the opera. You find yourselves once again illuminated by this bright light, but you find yourself transported into a very familiar sight as the blinding light subsides. Let me change the light a little bit. You find yourself in the opera again. Diego, you're good loot. Fourth wall breaking there. Diego, let's say, okay, now I remove everything from your character sheet, but let's say before the downtime began, that you find yourself completely mobilized. When you teleport, you see that the Omnilog dropping on the floor as you're still mobilized, and you were only able to use it with your mind. You're probably vomiting or something when you return because you were severely diseased. Hulk has various wounds from combat. Aurora was like 11 life minus, so you were like relatively fine, maybe a few bruises here and there. And there is no one else, no conductor, no audience. The curtain is closed. How do you react?
Don't react.
Can I try to? I guess I want to try and help my friends because I'm like have some powers to maybe. I mean, I've got some healing herbs. I can give you some healing plants if any of you are like.
I can move objects with my mind. I can get up really if I want. I can just move myself up with my mind. So I'm not totally incapacitated. I can pull the Omnilog over to me and start. I can press the buttons on it with my mind, and I can ask it what's going on. Why can't I move? Or why can't we move normally?
As you, the duration will, from the critical failure, I think it was, will eventually subside, and you will be able to move. And as you catch your breaths and realize that you're back here where it all began, you're safe. You're not in this alien planet anymore. You're not wearing your astro suits anymore in your sapphire attire. You're in your usual attire. And then the opera, the doors open, both of them on the other side of the opera, and you hear the footsteps of the tall, long heels of the conductor Quint, Nico Quint, the one who sent you to this mission. Walking slowly and meets Diego's eyes as he grabs his omnilog and says, "You've actually used it and you're back, safe and sound. I'm rather impressed."
Didn't say sound as he wipes away diseasey scabs from his face.
It'll be like, Hulk, kill him for lying to us again. It's like the second to third
We knew he
to
was
fourth
going to lie
time.
to us, though.
Yeah,
Nick,
but not
we
this
still-
We
bad.
still went.
I have a bone to pick with you. You said we were going there to just watch a battle unfold. I ended up having to pilot a spaceship that was about to collide with another planet. I ended up having to fight one of the most outrageous beings in the entirety of the Omni Galaxy verse. I don't even know what kind of many verses there are in this world anymore. And you told us to go there and just watch this unfold, and that's not true. You lying bastards. I think that flipping other bloke that we spoke to before was right about you conductors.
You tell him, Hawk. You tell him.
She says, "I think the question is, did you have fun there, Hulk?"
Yeah,
That's,
I was gonna just tell
This guy's
that's the
having a
fucking
laugh.
answer. Kill him again.
Grab
kill
him by the
just kill
scruff
him.
of the neck. Be like, are you having a laugh?
By the way, see her. It's like Nico Queen, this conductor, the tall woman with punk
Yeah.
rock attire.
Grab her by the scruff of the
just-
neck. I don't care.
I see. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I see that you, not only you had fun, but you immeasurably increased your capabilities, your meta powers, and I think that
like,
is
well,
a true purpose.
Some of us did. The point at me and Hulk.
Diego looks just at the ground. Shuffles his
Think
feet.
you're all following the exact path you're supposed to take. Now, Hulk said something that is true. We do lie. We lie for your protection. We lie because some truths, once learned, they can never be unlearned, no? But it is the truth that you realize that the mere presence of a protagonist in a timeline can drastically shape the destiny of that timeline. And by now you should realize that you have this potential in you. From what I master, you chose, or yet it was chosen for you, that Shamsiel was the one who came on top in this epoch-defining conflict. No?
Hawk came out on top of this conflict. Hawk did. We weren't supposed to be involved, but Hawk's in there fighting giant aliens, suplexing Cthulhu, space Cthulhu, piloting spaceships. You said we were just going to watch. You're a liar.
The truth about Shamsiel and this timeline, it was an experiment of sorts. Us conductors who watch over timelines, and especially us the technocrats, my multiversal faction, which always sees far, far and ahead, away, up and beyond. So this particular timeline obviously drew our attention, but it shows what happens when you accumulate all the power of a collective of Metanthropes into one. And then from the other side of the opera, there is another conductor, which you have almost rarely seen, enters. Her footsteps did not produce any heel sound, as is barefoot, and this little girl, maybe you remember her as Thiruvati. She's the one that causing all the whispers when she appears. This time there are no whispers, but she speaks out loud as she dramatically walks slowly towards the other director and says, "A failed experiment, you should add, dear Nico, to the whole Samsil situation. You see," she turns to you, the players before the protagonists, before allowing Nico to continue. "You see, it was also my multiversal faction who had their eyes on that particular timeline. We, the Collectiva, are naturally drawn towards where great minds are pulled together into one. But the way that Samsil chose to use this power was something that we will never subside, that we will never stand by as the Collectiva. And despite of the monsters and nightmares you have seen thus far in your missions, let me tell you that the next one, which is representing the Collectiva, which like she says something like the Collectiva is giving you the quest, a bit lack of English here, and she says, instead of getting you closer to nightmares and monsters, this one is getting to take you into a modern world much like our own. One that you will find the concert master a lot more humane, a lot more down to earth. And your mission there, now, I won't tell you lies in front of your face after all these things that you've been through. It is quite dangerous, it's quite difficult to achieve, rather. And then we go into a downtime mode. All of your questions and or actions continue at downtime mode. Good things that I will award you XP. Destiny. And tell me what sort of missions you will, questions you will have for your mission briefing this time. Haven't really completed the mission briefing, but also tell me how you gonna spend the next X amount of time in this place out of place.
I don't think it matters what questions we ask our conductor, because it's just going to be bullshit anyway.
So I think that Zoro would have spent some time with the original conductor. I can't remember his name.
Shovel.
Asking questions about Samso. And
what sort of questions? Give me a hot question. I will answer you in game.
So from what the other conductors have said, is this a previous protagonist that has went further beyond the conductor's power and because the reason that I feel that Zoro would have built a bond with him was that he rescued us when we were at the pinnacle of death, whereas Nico has pretty much just went, "Oh, you survived? Oh, well done," because we survived of our own merit. So there would be a bit more of a bond with Savo. Even though he lied, he at least had a bit more of a reason behind his lie. And
give me
comprehensible sense.
Actually, all of you give me an awareness roll, and this is an important first roll of the 9th session, as this one roll will signify how well do you read whichever conductor you spend the most time with. So if you want to not to eat their bullshit, you need to succeed in this roll. We have success from Hulk, huge success from Diego, and waiting an awareness roll from Aurora as well. Hulk did re-roll, as I can see. So you tried your best to read Savo, who, I suppose you can read correctly, he does feel some sort of guilt, and how not just the four of you, the three of you, but generally, as you get a vibe, how these conductors are sometimes treating, new protagonists who are introduced into this vast new multiverse and such. He does like to tell stories, and he tells you the story, the full story of Samsiel, which I kinda no, it was how the particular session that you played progressed. I didn't have the chance to tell you the full story, and it's gonna be. Wait, why are there thousands of blue dice on screen?
What the fuck?
Oh, maybe he was like lagging and clicking, and now all the rolls and all, and now we can't see.
I think Martin's internet's just had a moment, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some
more
more. Oh, he's back. But the man of a
No,
million dice.
No, because I clicked and it didn't work, so I was like, oh, maybe it's stuck, and then now it's just gone fucking crazy.
You went,
Yeah.
come on, what, clicked it 50 times, you mean?
Okay.
Whatever the first one is, which I think is.
So, in a very
What
fast
level?
narration mode, a very fast storytelling time for Zoro's sake, let's say that you naturally, find somewhere else to talk to. I will get you somewhere else on the map, and you spend some time maybe progressing some of the new perks that you. Let me check. Maybe something. Maybe even practicing wrestling moves. It's not like he seems to be really knowing everything. He knows wrestling moves from ancient Greece, ancient Greco-Roman style. It's like an immortal being. So he actually might help you in stuff. But he tells you the story, which is essentially a very dark story, you might say, as Samsiel is a Metanthrope in a timeline who becomes exponentially more powerful than the others of this timeline. And when she reaches something called an eclipse form, it's actually a combo that's not available right now in the game, but it basically increases all your stats, including stuff like awareness. So she realized that there is something out there. That something was your friendly purple tree mushroom friends that you've made along the way. And she saw that it was spreading and corrupting, planets and eventually would corrupt everything, or assimilate, should I say, better word. And she did everything to prepare mankind for that threat, that elusive threat that mankind has never seen, by making sure that she implies strict regimes to the Metanthropes, that they focus on using the meta powers and training, and not like wasting their potential, should I say. On the other hand, she made elevated humanity with use of technology and other stuff, and ended poverty. But basically, she created something between a utopia and dystopia, all under the premise that we need to prepare when the time comes. Eventually, humanity reached out for the stars. She spent dozens of years, I'm not really sure about the numbers, in the deepest of the ocean, without letting humanity and Metanthropes go on their own way, because she knew that they would revolt if she continued this way. Eventually they reached for the stars, and eventually she emerged and enforced a second regime upon humanity and Metanthropes alike, which was much more, strict and totalitarian and stuff. And eventually it led to civil wars between Metanthropes and humans. Some sided with Samsiel as a goddess, and the way that like god emperor type of situation. The others were like done with a tyrant, free humanity. There is no alien threat out there. It's just all a lie. Civil wars, generations go by, space travel, and eventually they meet this thing, and Samsiel is forced to eventually absorb the other Metanthropes within her, flesh, mind, spirit, and meta powers alike, and started becoming something, as Savo suggests, that she wasn't supposed to become so powerful, like she was outside of the conductor's reach. He explains to Hulk that there's like, on purpose, from the conductors, have placed a ceiling on the Metanthropes on phantom timelines, whether that will be you or Samsiel and anyone else, because from now on, because examples like Samsiel and magistrate Akkadi, he says, and you see some shivers down his spine, are essentially as could be powerful as we are as the conductors. And now, essentially, he's the one who told you this information last briefing. You've let 2 omnipowered Metanthropes loose on the multiverse with, which are extremely potentially dangerous. So whatever you do, try not to do it 3 times this time, maybe. That was the storytelling. Hope you enjoyed it. Before our next mission begins, tell me the other 2 how you're spending your downtime. Sorry, Chris, if I'm not allowing you much back and forth out of play, but we have only 2 sessions left.
Diego spends all his time learning, like I did with my XP, and gets really good at the piano by now, actually, because we've had some serious downtime, and he's been really focused on learning, and that is academic stuff, sports science, medicine, and history and biology, and all these things he is interested in. He's a big student, and he spends weeks just reading book after book after book after book, learning song after song after song on the piano as well. And you can see, if you montage the footage of him playing the piano, you can kind of get a scope on how much he is learning. If you just scale it off of what he's learned on the piano, you can see that he's really just focusing on his brain and on his muscle memory and muscles as well. He's doing a lot of fitness training, just lots of keepy ups all the time. He's always just back from a run as well. He's staying fit, staying healthy. Looks up to Hawk in some senses with the athleticism, and he's just trying to get back into peak physical shape as well as mentally. And he spends weeks, months even just studying and learning and training.
Let's play a little small scene with you as well, with a certain conductor, as you play your piano alone, practicing with Artistry 3. You're actually pretty good artist. You could make actually the career out of it with the piano. You're getting really good at it. And then your beautiful, melancholic, but also kinda somehow cheerful to your ears melodies get disturbed by whispers from, you've heard before, old Aurora? People, young people, from no, this is an overwhelming sensation, as if you feel that before she enters the room through Vati, you're getting overwhelmed, as if thousands of pairs of eyes and ears are focused upon you. Wherever she goes, perhaps she's representing the entire collectiva. And she comes to you, and she allows you to finish your song if your piano, unless you stop, talk to her.
No, I will stop. I'll finish my song, finish that song and stop.
She does 2 claps very, very enthusiastically, and then begins to spew poison in you and says, what are we going to do with you? Have a psychic, a telepath, a telekineticist who does not really use his powers, and you're about to go into a mission where, what are we going to do with you? Are you going to play the piano there? I think that you might find one piano in there. Will you play it? Is that your trick? Is that your thing? And she walks around feel like as if maybe you're in the presence of a tiger or something, circling you when you. How do you react?
Maybe not everything needs to be solved with violence or even feats of physical prowess. Maybe mental strength is what's needed. There is a prize. This is a game, and every game must have their winners and losers, right? Out of game doesn't play RPGs. No, but he's obsessed with sport though, and football.
Yeah. So and I mean, yeah, adult game. So she says, the others might try to deny it, but I won't. There is a prize here, and we're placing our bets in our horses in a horse race. And she looks at you as if disappointed. How could I possibly place a bet on you?
Expect you to. You've seen my record.
I've seen your record of not using your powers and you're supposed to.
Bitch slap.
Listen to me, Diego. This final mission might push you hard. And if not for your sake, think of the new friends that you've made and you spent so many stories to tell. You'd be sad if you died because you didn't do what you are meant to do. Start walking away.
I'm not gonna let something kill me. I'm human, I'm not stupid.
She does this unconvinced sound and leaves. And for Aurora, charming, that is.
Oh yeah, she's going full on crazy. I've decided. So after everything that's happened, she doesn't really want to talk to the other guys. Like she's polite to them, but she just focuses on trying to talk to her ancestors. She's using her new power to like ask them questions. She tries to talk to Tina, and she wants to talk to the little girl because the little girl seems to be more neutral than the rest of everyone. Like she seems like evil, but not as evil as everyone else. So she thinks maybe she's witchy, and maybe there's some like neutral balancing cosmic act. So that's what she's gonna do.
Remember, Tina's not dead. Remember, she came back to life, she just retired. Remember, she's no deed.
Yes, in a timeline somewhere.
Oh well. Okay, well she just calls her on the phone then. It's a lot less dramatic. She just phones her.
Just
But
WhatsApp.
Yeah,
She won't be available, I must say, if you call her the reception, wherever she is. Won't be working. And then you start hearing some whispers, and for a second you might think that Tina was behind you. For a second, maybe. Maybe you look at the VDT. And then it is the last little girl who, in a way, you summoned her, you feel. Miss Charming. I see you're spending your time in close to the plants and the natural environment can be found here.
Yeah, she's like, what? She's gonna get, yeah, she's going dark. I've decided I'm taking a twist. She's like, so we've seen quite a few of these Metanthropes that are like trying to create their own worlds or control everything. Like, what's your spin on this, and why maybe you or some of the others not doing this, or are you doing it secretly? Because something's not adding up.
It has a wicked smile. Did you succeed? What happened to your awareness? All those thousands that rolled. Okay, the last one was successful. Okay. So you see,
just take the average out of 1,000 rolls. Just take the average.
Well, you see that she's purposely. You can read her changing the conversation. It says, "Oh, I must say that I thoroughly enjoyed you saying to Samsel that this is your planet, you're in control. You cannot believe how close you were to maybe dying there, but I'm so glad that you did in Aurora, because you have a very special role to play. You're a very, very powerful Metanthrope. Now you can already also read that she's flattering you on purpose, and I believe that they have a special destiny to fulfill in this last mission of ours."
Yeah, Roar loves the flattery now. She's like, so technically, if I wanted to like control my own planet with my plant magic, that's a thing, right? Kind of.
Totally a thing. In fact, in the very mission that we will take you, we shall show you how a single member of the Collectiva can essentially, and by all means, and so say some expressions, has taken over he's the utter and only ruler of the world. This can easily happen, and it is one effective way to have the entire human and Metanthrope collective under one banner, our own. We would love to have you one day on our ranks, should you, of course, survive this mission after all, Aurora.
He says, maybe I'll allow you to join me when I succeed in my world.
He laughs and starts to walk on the other side of the stairs and says, as for us, you hear her laugh, but on your mind, the whispers start to shout and scream, and you hear the death rattle of possible thousands of people dying at the same time, and says, as he's walking dramatically the stairs, the other side, he says, oh, in a friendly inside information, since I like you this much, Miss Charming, have you ever wondered how you obtained your gifts?
Ooh, yeah, that stuns her a bit. She's like, well, like it's from my ancestors. My grandmother has always dabbled in this, so it makes sense to me. Why?
I can see you now. Her eyes turn into, stars. No pupil, no white, nothing. I can see you sweating on your bed and having the plants around you. She described the dream that you saw, because and it says, don't you find it funny that everything began with a dream and now we're sending you to a mission about dreams?
It's like, I'm pretty good with poisons, and I don't like being controlled like poisons control people, so I think you should be as straight as possible with me. And I'm gonna say Aurora starts like maybe getting some plants to shake around her, like aggressively. She's getting like more. Yeah.
What, are you trying to intimidate her? You want the manipulation intimidate?
Yes, Martin,
I'm
yes.
saying, I think Aurora's always been reasonably calm-ish, but she's just getting, like I said, she's starting to get screwy. So I'm gonna say maybe she can't control that the plants are starting to shake.
Give me a manipulation. Give me a manipulation. I will give you an open willpower.
Okay. So, what did you say? Willpower? Okay.
No
No,
manipulation.
I'm rolling willpower. You're rolling manipulation. I'm defending. You're attacking in this situation. I've rolled first, giving you the courtesy. Roll your first, because since we're rolling openly, and then you will get to decide if you're gonna spend destiny first, because this is a VS roll, and then double roll again.
Yeah, mine's a little bit delayed,
Well,
I think.
they were both of them amazing. I guess you
Focus.
keep this result, 6. And Thiruvati can spend destiny. And, interesting. We will try once more. No, you're actually quite menacing. Maybe like few trees almost catch her wrist, when she goes by some, plants, some how you call them, like decoration plants. I'm lacking some words today. It's okay. Brain cells gone. And she's surprised from your display of power, and I say, oh, I see. After 2 missions, you're becoming more powerful. You think you're ready to challenge Conductor yet?
She's
We
like,
shall see. There are many in between levels between you and I, Aurora. There are many dangers in the astral dimension as well. Take this as a friendly advice, and then leaves.
yeah.
And now we go to time has passed. You question some things. You discovered some things. You've trained, owned your skills. And it's time for the mission briefing. Now, apologies, as I must say that this entire Anthologies series. I wanted to complete in 10 sessions just for scheduling sake, because it's going to be very close to the launch of the campaign. And the truth is that you can, as a player in the future, playing this, having this experience, you can stretch it out as much as you want. It doesn't have to be 10 sessions, it can be 30, spend 3 times as much. Side quests with the aliens, side quests with the library, this and that. So, and what I'm saying is I'm going to speed things up a bit, but that's not necessarily the way that can be played. I think can be stretched out easily for a few dozens of sessions, this anthology, full saga. With that being said, out of character session briefing, toilet break, and then we get to the new dimension. So Martin, start thinking the modern outfit of Aurora from now. It's like basically everyday clothes, but
So just 2024 clothes then, okay.
Yeah, 2024, exactly. 2025, should I say, close. So,
okay.
Mission briefing, out of game more than in game. She does say Kthiruvati in game, but she's now cryptic. She purposely won't tell you much stuff. By surviving 2 missions, you already know whatever the mission briefing will be. Maybe things will not be the same when you get there. So, this one is easy, she says. This one is like real world, like a modern world. So it's easy. It's not about monsters and aliens and dead spirits, it's about people in the end. But this timeline is a bit different. This timeline, the concert master there is a very public figure. He's not unapproachable or hidden like the other 2 was. A very, very public figure, very, very open figure. He's the most famous human, should I say, like person in the world he's on. He's the CEO of the most powerful corporation on the planet, which is a corporation that you couldn't see in your own timeline be as powerful as this one is. It basically sells sleep and dreams. And all people do dream and sleep. So basically he has the number 1 commodity worldwide in this timeline by being completely in charge of demand and supply of everything that can help you sleep better, help you. And then imagine like an entire timeline revolving around that entire world where the privileged, the rich can have amazing dreams every day and woke up super rejuvenated, where the poor and the streets are having nightmares every day and are addicted to sleeping pills or relaxation pills or whatever. There's a lot of, his company is not just a dream company, it's like pharmaceutical and major, has like 10 brands, and then it's a mega corporation and it's the most powerful corporation in the world. And he's also not just the richest, but the most famous person in the world. And I think this is enough information to see what the setting is, the rest in game. The mission with itself. So, the astral dimension is a dimension made of dreams and dream matter. It is a realm where subconscious thoughts and subliminal thoughts and dreams and imagination take shape, and even myths and legends become reality. It's vast, it's nearly limitless, and it is constrained only by the collective imagination of sentient beings. Whereas neither was tied to the past of a timeline, either to the future. This one is tied to the brains of thinking organism, essentially. Everyone can get there when they sleep inside or in deep meditation or other practices to get you inside astral dimension. But once you get physically there, you are able to influence. She explains a technique which human lucid dreamers may take years of practice. Not that you will be successful doing it, but if you do a multi-action and consciousness and creativity both, you can influence astral around you. You can change your dream basically. So you can create doors, you can create friends, you can remove enemies, you can fly, you can pass through walls, you can do lots of cool shit if you're in control. If you try to do that trick, that multi-action double roll, and you fail on the creativity part, you won't be able to change the environment, and maybe it will change, more obstacles and stuff like that. Whereas if you fail on your consciousness roll, instead of summoning your friends and your best fantasies. You will summon your worst nightmares, maybe. With that being said, I will say at this point, because I forgot it on the intro, to say the disclaimers and add a few more in this one. So the disclaimers, Metanthropes is everything. It's like 20 minutes, 30, however. Now this time for the disclaimers. Everything you see is like very early, like alpha system. I am Greek. I'm a non-native English speaker, and I do attempt crazy accents all the time. Some might work, some others won't. Apologies to anyone who got offended. We have some no-go zones with this party, which we know very well, but we will. Metanthropes is a storytelling experience intended for mature audiences. Content warning for the following: violence, foul language, focus for today's sessions, guns, knives, lightning, mind control, mind reading, you know how you call it, gaslighting, getting manipulated, getting mind control, sorry, Chris. Reality warping, lots of spirits, lots of nightmares come true, lots of fantasies come true, psychic whispers, cosmic horrors, breaking the fourth wall, and now I must say viewer discretion for sexuality, eroticism, maybe even a fade to black sex scene, who knows? But but just that, nothing else. We've already talked with the group what we like and what we don't, because it's gonna be a very Sorry?
No turning into a tree this time.
Yeah, it's not gonna. Okay, fuck you. Turning into a tree, photomorphosis. It's on.
Chances are small, but never nil of turning into a tree.
So, what the mission briefing? Yeah, let me tell you this so you know what the main quest is. Obviously, these things don't go this route. So, inside Astral, there are many pocket dimensions. Through Astral, you can get to other smaller dimensions. This powerful concept master Oneiros claims that in his own timeline has found a realm, a dream within a dream, a realm within a realm, where if you go there, all your wishes come true. True wish type of stuff. The goal is to go there and check if it is true, if it's happening, and why not visit this hyper realm yourselves if you are able. But all of this we shall figure out over the course of this and the next session in the epic climatic ending. But first, let's have a little break and be right back.
Greetings, Metanthropes. Welcome back for part 2.
Greetings, Metanthropes, for me as well. Let's get straight into the next mission. When the protagonists are engulfed by the bright light, they find themselves transported to a world eerily familiar to our own. You immediately recognize the modern architecture of our era, smartphones, this and that. Towering skyscrapes dominate the horizon. As the white light starts to fade out and you start to see, you are in the back seat of a limo driving somewhere. The thing between you and the driver is closed, so you feel in a way alone, the four of you, and you see left and right towering skyscrapers and massive digital screens playing advertisement. It's like you're in New York or something, but this is not New York. You're not entirely sure where it was. It looks like where it is. It looks like Western civilization, but Western. But it could be anywhere in the world that you don't recognize. This is not New York, although it seems as glorious as such. And it is sunrise that bathes the city in hues of pink as we are in early morning. And the sun is just rising and there are so many hues of pink. And there are thick clouds overhead. They seem unmoving because there is no wind. And you realize there's something very different from anything you've met on your own timeline. You might have seen aliens, might have seen undead spirits on the Library of Alexandria, but you never seen a city as such being so silent. The streets are almost empty, and it's only some garbage disposal trucks and huge trucks who have company logos that all of them are automatically self-driven, and they drive around in a synchronicity and gathering the garbage. There are some people, but they do specific tasks. There are very, very few pedestrians. And, as you go by and you look around, you see, for example, there are many guards, are like securities, like SWAT. They're very reminiscent to SWAT, but they seem to be police and military all the same. They even have gas masks and visors, high-tech visors, and they seem to be asking for identification from anyone they see. Maybe they stop even your car for a second, but as soon as the driver shows them something, they immediately let you go by as if you have some crazy authorization or something. And there's also a bit of a mist as you drive around the city, and suddenly the city wakes up. The stores start to work, and the people are spread all over in the street. I'm putting some urban music on because I also have urban playlists, and people start talking their phones, walking by, business. The city becomes alive, also in a perfect harmony, and the city itself is haunted in a way by the omnipresent, for lack of a better word, face of Oneiros. He's a dashing man of, let me go to his description real quick. He's a dashing man of a warm-toned skin and sleek black hair, neck length. His eyes are dark, traced with eyeliner for subtle charm. And before I go to his what he's wearing, you realize that most of the huge screens play commercials like Gucci or perfumes or something very fashionable and stylish and black and white, but most of them is like Oneiros, like totally different companies. He's all the centerpiece. For example, when you go through like some huge screens, you see him coming out of a swimming pool naked. The shot goes up to ye high, but he's like dripping, his abs, super abs, like very, very sexualized, and he goes like an aroma by Oneiros, like a perfume or something that he's, and eventually you reach your destination, and it is it's actually the tallest skyscraper in the entire city, and as the clockwork rhythm of the city begins, you immediately at the same time rise to your destination. The car stops, the doors open, and as you see everything walking out, taking its form. And sorry, I'm reading something. Sorry. You see, it's a building that's taller than the Empire State Building, but falling a bit short to Burj Khalifa, like maybe the tallest building in your timeline. You have to crack your necks this high to see the top, and at the pinnacle is the name of the mega corporation that's built in bold, shimmering letters in the morning pink light, and has the one word, Oneiros. So as I'm changing the map and we begin officially, what are your thoughts and what you discuss with your other two friends?
I mean, it
I
feels like
forgot to say something before as well. Can I have crafted poisons and a stimulant when we had the downtime? Because I forgot to ask you
Yes. You're gonna have at least a few of everything you have because it was a huge downtime. So yeah.
I need to roll for that, right? To do all the...
No. It was downtime mode, so no need to roll for those rolls.
Cool. So will you give me some poisons and stimulants? It says I can make archaic stimulants, which I think is
QP is not really here, so let's assume that you have them, but I'm not gonna actually give them in your character sheet.
Okay.
And I'm activating the next scene as we begin on the inside.
What's everyone wearing? Diego's got an LA Galaxy tracksuit on. What's everyone wearing?
Ah, yeah. What's everyone wearing? Yeah. What's your 2025 attires?
Tracksuit. The LA Galaxy, an American team.
Yeah, I don't even know what's in fashion this year. I'm following the current trends. Yeah, we're always gonna wear like a leather catsuit. It's kind of like Charlie's Angel style, because she thinks they're gonna bump to some shenanigans.
Hawks in a leotard.
Okay.
I'm just wearing the typical like Stone Cold Steve Austin leather vest with the motorcycle punk studs and like ripped jean shorts with like thigh high boots that are mid-laced.
Cool guy. And about which tracksuit are you wearing?
It's LA Galaxy. It's like black and white. It's not unlike a Juventus kind of colour scheme.
So any exchanging words as the driver, which you never see in their face, leaves you on the doorsteps of this mega corporation building, and the city awakens. Thoughts or words between you?
Can I use my phone to like Google the most famous person in the world so we can see some information
Easily
about
you
it.
find lots and lots of stuff for Orneiros.
He's got his
That's
family's,
what I'm doing, yeah. Researching it. I'll be researching him on my phone just so I can get any information on him.
his
yeah.
family's got mines in countries with dodgy political past, and he's trying to buy companies because he doesn't like the way RPGs are being made.
Thoughts from Hulk or words?
Hawk's just fucking chilling, man. Hawk doesn't give a fuck. Like at the end of the day, if this guy's a cunt, he's just gonna beat him up. He knows that he can.
Yeah, you see his body type on some like Calvin Klein or something. You know, he's shredded, but he has no muscles, upper body, so you can, even if you were a human with no meta powers, you could easily beat him. You immediately size him up. And we enter inside the mega corporation, and you are immediately found in a very weird side. Okay, the commotion, okay, the people, the suits, there are a lot of some of them are like security, some of them are like working there, but there are many people, maybe the majority, which when you enter, they seem to have no reason to be there at all. Give me, all of you, a perception or awareness roll, and it will have different results depending on what you attempt.
Awareness.
Perception, Diego. Diego is perspective.
It just went up a lot, actually. That's one of the things I just put up. Nice roll.
Aurora, very, very perceptive.
Awareness or perception? Let's go perception. It's my higher of the two.
99. Okay.
Good start, Chris.
So result time, let's start by when you start walking immediately. Hulk will hit the poor woman, shove her, and she has flying paper all over all my notes, she says, and try to have her notes. I'm having an interview today, you stupid brute. says, and you're focused on that, how do you react?
Shouldn't have been standing in my way, stupid woman. And then I just walk on.
Chill.
Your pardon. The other two, let's start with Diego. So Diego's point of view. Diego scans the area, sees that there are, yes, some armed, like wearing suits, but security obviously are armed guard, let's say. There is a lot of people walking around with their iPads or notes and some medical press, but there is also a very weird element that you notice, even you. But I'm gonna give, let's say that with 2 levels of success, you notice there are some people that seem to be out of place, wearing weird clothes, acting weirdly. You don't really recognize any patterns. But for Aurora, with 5 levels of success, all of the above plus, you see the pattern here. For some reason, this medical person with suits and suitcases and guards has plethora of people who are, the pattern is around dreams and sleeping. There are many who walking around yawning, wearing slippers and pajamas. There are some meditating. There are various types of monks. Not everything around dreams necessarily, but around psychic powers. You also have psychic powers, so you can understand that you see people humming in unison, people meditating, people sleeping everywhere and like on a random couch, and the security guards kind of allow them, and they don't allow us to wake them up as if they're doing something important. How do you react to this new environment and area?
Oh, I love it. I want to activate my pheromones to start fucking people up. If they're all like dreamy and stuff, maybe I can manipulate them with.
Hit me with a roll.
Okay,
Hit me with
Creating about
pheromones level 1, and it's gonna give you good information to be successful.
So, do I have to do the detect pheromones first to activate it, and then do the other one?
With detect pheromones, you will get the insights that you want. The other is up to you if you want to activate. Let's start with detect pheromones and.
Okay, I'll do that first, and then I'll do. Yeah, I want to do all my buffers, of course, when I get chance, but I'll do that one first.
Successful, activated on chat with 6 levels of success. It's quite a lot. For the next about 10 minutes, let's say, for the entire building, which means the floor you're on, so each map with chains you have, you'll be able to detect Metanthropes and you also get the buff of level 5. It is, let me check with detect pheromones at level. You don't have level 5 detect pheromones, sorry. So okay, this is a good activation. I'm also buffing you with the higher manipulation by 10%, and with 6 levels of success it can go 1, 2, 3 up to 4, and I'll give you some extra minutes. Yeah, you have over 100 manipulations. That's what's important right now. And the second part is that as you immediately allow the pheromones of those around you to give you information, you realize that there are about 24 humans around, but you detect the presence of a Metanthrope at the reception area, and just one.
Sweet. I'm like, so am I? If my thing's over 100, am I just like the most best-looking person there now? Like, I presume everyone's looking at me. If I've got over 100.
Naturally, yes. I suppose you start walking and you don't sit on the, the guards are suspicious while you're sitting on the door all this time. As you start walking inside the area and get a closer look to, obviously this woman is spreading bad words about this brute that maybe they should get out of his way. He's like a beast unleashed. He used some very dramatic words about Hulk.
Can I shout? Can I shout at her back? Can I be like, he might be stupid and smelly, but he's my friend.
You never say it's melee.
I don't know.
She says,
I guess he's a little bit smelly.
she says, well, you know, they say, show me your friends and I know who you are, you know, something like that.
Yeah,
It's a Greek, now I think it's a Greek expression, so it didn't translate well, but I think you get the idea.
No, I get
She
it.
says, do you want to see my friend? And she gets the two fists out and then she puts them down. Yeah.
For some reason, you're very convincing, and she becomes afraid of you. Your high malleus over 100. Don't need to roll even. But then you see from the reception area, you feel the pheromones of someone approaching. The others might hear the high heels approaching, and then maybe a perfume of a nice female perfume. And you see a very attractive woman in her mid-30s. In some ways, she might even look like Aurora. You know, she's also blonde. She has an athletic body, maybe a bit more muscular than Aurora. She's wearing a tight, premium gray suit, like a fully fashionable and fully expensive, you might realize. She's wearing this sleek glasses with the black, that it's classic, sexy glasses, should I say. High heels. Her hair is pinned in a style that merges fashion with practicality, with having basically everything on top seem very intricate, but on front is like very woven towards the back, so nothing will fall on her forehead. And she has a very confident demeanor. People let her pass, really open way so she can pass. Aurora sees a Metanthrope right here, and she also has a briefcase on her one hand, which is tied with the high-tech gadget to her wrist, hinting a no-nonsense efficiency beneath this polished surface. She greets all of you while you're waiting on the door and says, hello, my name is Desdemona Reiter. I am the Chief of Communications Officer here at Oneiros Corp. Welcome. You all look at her without talking. What the fuck?
No, I say thank you. Sorry,
You guys are weird.
I'm writing notes, John. I'm writing notes. Thank you, thank you, Miss Writer. I'm Diego Delgado, football coach.
She doesn't offer her hand, but she nods very politely and, unenthusiastically. Please follow me. She doesn't really wait for the others to speak. Barely looks at you, and walks around. Do you follow her?
Look at it. How should we follow the crazy lady?
She's not very nice.
I'm waiting for Diego to see if because he was the one that was spoken to. Are you following?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna nudge him and be like, sorry, I forgot that. I forgot your character. I'm gonna nudge your Martin's character, and I'm gonna go. We better follow the one with no powers.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, I'm still suspicious of her. She smells too rich. It's like a fake. I
Give
kind of
me-
want.
Diego likes her.
She
Give me
She smells like money.
Yeah.
Are you sharing with me? Because Diego's away off. Chasing tail. Are you sharing with me that she is a Metanthrope? Like, do you know that, or?
Maybe is it the receptionist, or is this the one who's the Metanthrope?
The one who was at the receptionist is the one who is the Metanthrope. Is this woman, Desdemona Ryder?
Is she a human,
Okay,
this
I mean,
woman?
Nope, she's a Metanthrope. If Aurora chooses to share, obviously, this information.
I mean, yeah, but I'm gonna whisper it. Like, I'm not gonna just shout it out.
It's all right, because see, during our time, right? We discussed how we could communicate this to each other without other people knowing. So
So what
you've
is
just
it?
started talking about pineapple sundaes.
Like a
So
giant
I
pen.
know. Yeah, it's like you just said to me, "Oh, we should follow Diego because pineapple sundaes are on order today," and I'm like, "Ah, I get you." And then,
You know?
yeah.
Interesting
There you
that you have your own code. Give me a
Yeah.
quick endurance roll, all of you.
I'm not shagging her
Is
yet,
she
man.
running?
Calm
Is
down.
she running?
I'm planning on maybe like doing a little endurance with her later on, but come on, we're in this big busy building.
Oh, 99. Someone
she
almost
doesn't-
died.
Oh my.
She doesn't play football, mate. So, you know,
No, I was talking about playing with
Endurance.
some different balls.
D's nuts, 6th level.
Yeah, that's your forte. Aurora, okay. Still a failed result, but much better. So Hulk is feeling fully energized at his best. Actually, he can't even remember the last time when he felt so good, when he was like 20 years ago in his 20s or something. Yeah, he feels if there is anything here to physically challenge him, it will lose and you will win. Diego is super chill. He's in a natural environment, wearing clothes that he finds to his liking and very comfortable. All good. Aurora, as he's focused on the senses of everyone and what everyone, how empty or panicked they feel, or how well you start so many sensations being, and you really want to go to the bathroom. As I'm saying is, you're an anthrope besides a metanthrope after all. So you're gonna have to wait as, let's say, the bathroom is on the right side and Aurora goes over there. You go on to do your business and you find something very alarming, you should say. You would never consider how this thing could go to your timeline, could like pass. On the toilets, there is a huge digital screen when you enter, and you see the concert master Oneiros. You never thought you would see him in front of a stool, and says like a classical message to anyone entering, something with a very seductive, deep, rough voice, something like a slogan. I haven't really thought of it like so that you can relax and enjoy your stay at Oneiros Corp. And then the hologram, like the display, shifts into a random, nature, something that can let you be free in the bathroom. But before this digital, rendering, when you enter the door, shuts down, you see like this Oneiros gives you a little up and down look. Give me a consciousness roll. Give me a consciousness.
All of us?
No, not just Aurora.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh no, wait, I'm gonna spend Destiny because I've got it. That's better.
Okay. Well, it seemed really weird, and for a reason you couldn't possibly imagine. Why would they put this video here and have this Oneiros character look down and up to whoever's going to go to the bathroom? And you maybe realize, maybe it wasn't, maybe it was actually he's looking through the screens or something.
So he's
You
a
check, look,
pervert. He's a
Yeah.
pervert, basically.
Is it-
He's a creep.
yeah, all the toilets, he can see all the toilets and everything that's happening in here. There are also cameras. Let's say Diego notices them, and you, because you were also very successful in your perception, like spherical things everywhere. So you can easily assume that you're being watched right now by security and maybe much, much more. Eventually, so you do your business, nothing happens. You go outside, and then you notice the other two that while you were waiting, this woman, this Demona, passes through security and makes you a notion that you should follow her too and get to the other side. Will you follow?
When Aurora comes back, Dave was like, Aurora, you always have to take a shit at the most worst times. You're so embarrassing.
I've got lady problems. It's like I've got lady problems you wouldn't understand, but I tell you this telepathically. So
Lady
make
problems.
it-
I could smell you farting the whole way in.
It's like too many tofu steaks.
Oh, we didn't make the timeline change rolls. All of you, one more. Okay, let's say this was the endurance roll. Okay, give me all the willpower roll. Martin, you don't need to roll willpower because you have critically succeed one of this roll. So Martin, you're good actually. You just went to the bathroom, but the both of you roll both. Okay, Diego, absolute blast with willpower. You're never been more confident in your life. Hulk also pretty chill, pretty cool. She's been there before. He didn't panic like last time he did. Give me the endurance to not to go to the bathroom yourself, Diego. Now it had a delayed effect, this timeline traveling.
Since to take a dump roll. Oh, no,
This is a dump roll.
I'm constipated.
Oh, will you spend destiny or what?
I've not got.
You
I've
need
not,
9 destiny.
How many
9
have I
out of
got?
10 not to die. Oh my god.
How many have I got?
You have
10.
10. You can see it. You
And
can
I
see it
need
on
9.
chat.
I don't
Yeah.
want to fail the mission from dying from having a dump on the way over. Like, fucking got right. I just have to accept that.
Oh, Aurora, how much you might enjoy this. As he's yelling you and trying to make you uncomfortable, you see him, coming running to the bathroom. Give me a consciousness roll while you're there, and you will experience what she did. And
This pair watching me take a dump. Oh god.
you didn't actually see the full video. You just turned around and started pooping, and everything turned into calm images of birds and trees and nature and calmings. You have actually a stat screen which you can select your ideal poop location, and all the box which you are pooping will turn, to
I go straight to the Bob Ross collection.
Bob Ross pooping. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing happens there. The one who doesn't go to the bathroom sees that this is the Mona woman, looks at the three of you very disappointed, and essentially she tells something to the security guards and leaves as if she's not gonna wait you like 30 minutes. Delayed as a group.
I come back like trying to impress this gorgeous woman. I've got like toilet roll hanging out the back of my trousers.
Oh, this shit.
It's not there. You're like, okay. We certainly did have our laughs, but now it's time to move on to the next scene. As I suppose that this awkward, maybe this is because you return to a familiar timeline that you're behaving as people, as QP's here. Okay. I'm maybe lacking some portraits. So it's a fine time to make our second break as our protagonists enter the elevator. Who knows what's up? There's certain things that they feel relieved inside. See you in a bit, everyone. Oh, we're back. In that case, greetings, Metanthropes. And we change a new scene as we see our protagonist. Sorry, I didn't put your pawns right yet. Obviously quite delayed with the bathroom breaks. But eventually, boom, the elevator door opens and there's like a reception area. And the minimal decoration, high, clean, the type of decor that you would expect in such mega corporation. Greetings, the Miss Desdemona is waiting for you inside, and he opens the door, the receptionist. Aurora,
Thank
you sense 3 Metanthropes there, not one.
Oh.
Not us three. I'm not that stupid, right? I'm not like there's
No,
three men
no,
in
no,
there,
no.
and I'm like, yes.
2 more, 2 more.
Yeah, there's some more peeps.
What's the code for 2 Metanthropes, Chris? Is there like a different thing I have to say?
Just double.
Double
2
pineapple sundaes.
2
Double pineapple sundae on its way.
Fair enough.
We don't have any. Pascal, actually, sorry, the receptionist says you can find all the drinks you want inside. We do have a bar on the right. And yeah,
triple.
Diego,
It's a
on
triple.
your right, Diego, you do see a bar. There's a bar with every bottle mod imaginable. Actually, as you enter the room, Hulk and Aurora, I suppose, everyone give me a perception roll, not one or the other, just a perception. What do you see and hear and catch with your senses when you enter this room? Who's next?
Perception.
Let me see some dice rolling. Let me see some pawns moving. Let's get this party going. Woo, Hulk.
I got a success.
And Aurora, a perception from Aurora. Diego and Hulk are the same. Wait, don't run.
Here's that pause.
Ooh, lots.
Yeah, it's the first one. It's because I said for some reason mine's really delayed today. So just use the first. They're both shit anyway.
So I'm gonna give you, Aurora, the basics. Let's say, Aurora, you haven't entered quite there yet. I suppose you will enter, right? Or are you waiting for some reason?
No. Shield me with everyone else.
All right, so let's start with Aurora's point of view. When you enter this glamorous room, which is on like room number, level number 30 something on a skyscraper, the view of the city is truly amazing as the sun keeps on shining, and you see that it's a huge office, very, very, spacious room. On the right, as you enter this, indeed, maybe Aurora doesn't really pay much attention to it. It's just things like a reception area. The other two realize it's a bar that in fact has all the drinks that you might know, literally. And also there's like a huge pharmaceutical section in this area that you can take essentially all the drugs that you want. You can see like, THC, DMT, MDMA, so many letters, LSD, so many like official capsules with legal drugs or something on them. And as for the people inside there, the woman who you met, this Demona Rider, was sitting as if she was waiting a long time on her laptop on the other side of the room. And there are two very strange people sitting in the middle area, like with sofas and stuff. They really don't seem to be fitting this whole environment. And I think it was Diego or Aurora who saw this pattern. Aurora it was, who saw this pattern downstairs of weird people.
Yeah, it was me.
And and she sees that the two of them represent like those weird type of people that you saw downstairs. On your left is a man who, wait a second to tell you the description, work in progress, but the official description of this man, as you are in presence of 3 Metanthropes. Your other missions didn't really, the way that you play them, introduce to many other Metanthropes, and this one is full of people and already in a room with 6 Metanthropes. Interesting, just saying some trivia. So this person is wrapped in a blanket. He seems very cozy in that blanket. He has a chamomile tea in front of him. You can smell the scent of chamomile, but he also brings about, who is close, I guess Hulk is a bit closer, brings about weird perfumes, weird aromas, a bit of a heathen and not heathen, like earthly herbs. And actually Aurora might recognize many of the herbs. Besides tons of weed, he actually, has many like sativa and this and that. Maybe as John don't really know much of herbs, but Aurora does. And this person seemed to be, engulfed in a weird sensations. And his glaze wandered in the city streets aimlessly when you entered, but as when you enter the room, he turns around and looks at you and smiles, very welcoming and warm smile. And then he looks up and continues to smile to himself as he remembers something. It's an odd mix of calmness, reassurance, but also, weirdness. On the other side of the sofa, have a polar opposite character. It's a young woman who is dressed in a very traditional, maybe it is Diego and Hulk who realized that this traditional garments is that of a Buddhist monk. And also her shaved head adds to this attire, should I say. And, Hulk maybe have seen some Bruce Lee movies, and Diego is, is a man of knowledge. And C, on the other hand, gives a different aura and has very different mannerisms than the other man. And C, I'm delaying a bit as I'm closing the the journals for no reason. C is younger, much younger, maybe in her 20s, slender, freshly shaven head, these garments that suggest her background. Her posture hints at wisdom and discipline training, as she's in a meditative state when you enter. You see that, she kind of opens one of her eyes to see you, as she has a faint given awareness. Actually, I don't want to give too much. Now that you spend some time looking at them and nobody has spoken yet, give me a follow-up awareness.
In the bar before I do anything, I did not mean to click.
Woohoo! Someone's gonna have some fun. Okay, Diego, before you get there, you notice as you pass by her that she's actually a bit on the edge, a bit tense.
Okay.
She doesn't make any direct eye contact, look downstairs, but with her peripheral vision working overtime, that she's very perceptive and tries to take control of the situation with everything happening, looks at you all that, but tries to focus. Whereas the other is smiling. And who other is successful? Aurora also recognizes those things. So it is, the one vibe is definitely of aloofness, if that's a word. The other is of discipline. And there's the Mona really as it walks, and once again you hear tap, tap, her high heels is one of confidence. And she says, please, take a seat.
Diego looks at her as if to say, do you mind if I go to the bar first?
Not at all. You're, in fact, our CEO insists that for the things that come up later, you will find yourself in the most comfortable and enjoyable and desirable state possible.
You said I could get anything
I would like to meet you. Right? Yeah, anything you imagine. So tell me, what do you hit? From drugs, from illegal, from legal, from old drinks, from absinthe, whatever you want.
Well, Diego's an athlete, so he doesn't take drugs or drink alcohol really very much, apart from a champagne if you win the league or whatever. But he will.
Adderall. Fucking Metapars to cheat on the championship.
Shut up.
Oh, that was uncalled for. He leaves.
That was a low blow.
That was your consciousness, Diego.
I know, eh?
Is it Adderall?
No, he
or
goes,
something like
he
it?
goes to the bar and he gets a big cold can of Red Bull. And he grabs this Red Bull and he cracks it open and he thinks back to when he had a sponsorship with Red Bull. And he turns round and he looks up at the camera, and through the fourth wall he goes, I missed that sponsorship with Red Bull. I hope Red Bull are watching and RxOliver gets his.
Give me a consciousness, Errol. Give me a consciousness. Break the fourth wall. This is Errol.
It had to be done. Somebody had to break the fourth wall. Oh no, I'm spending my destiny. I'm breaking the fourth wall. Well.
Oh, you have 8
Still
destiny.
doing
No,
it.
you got to die. No.
No,
You
I-
die,
You
Diego.
made the choice.
Oh, come on.
Diego,
I've made my
you
choice
die
now.
for this.
I've made my choice now. Come on, I need to get a success. Oh my days. I've used all my destiny. I need to make this.
The suspense is killing me.
I need to
What's
make this.
happening?
I need to make this fourth wall break. Come on.
Okay.
Yes. I was like, you used all my destiny
You
doing it.
feel a reassuring sensation that one day you will be sponsored again. And just a Red Bull for our friend Diego. Anyone else joining the bar or the sofas or walking, whatever you do, whatever you want to do.
Gonna sit next to the plant guy, the guy who smells a bit herby. I'll sit next to him.
If you're watching Red Bull, I just gave up on my destiny. That gave up my extra life for your sponsorship. So get the finger out. Come on.
When you sit next to him, he seems a bit looking at the ceiling, as if trying to see something on the ceiling, and then, but actually, he smells and then turns around and says, "Hello, goddess. My name is Henry. A pleasure to meet you."
Is he creepy or is he hot? Because it depends what he looks like.
You succeeded on the awareness, and he's very calm. He gives you tranquil vibe. There's nothing sexual, vibes or predatory, or quite the contrary, I would say. But with that being said, I would like you. Let me double check something.
What did you say his name was? Sorry.
Henry. His name is Henry. There is nothing that you can. It's not a VS roll, so I'm just gonna roll something openly here. This is out of game because none of your characters can understand what's happening. I'm just doing some stuff. 6th level success, Jesus.
Ooh,
Jesus.
I can see what it says though.
I'm leaving it. But you don't know this in game. But he, out of game, as you can see, knows quite a lot of. So you feel maybe a sense of familiarity and calmness. It's safe around you, very safe, comfy.
Oh,
And maybe he even wraps you with his blanket on your knees, a thing your grandmother used to do. And, it sends shiver down your spine. What is your name? You says something, not goddess, but this time morning of the light. Something like this.
I'm Aurora. I said if you had a little bit too much chamomile tea today.
Oh, I should say light of the morning. Yes, I did had quite a lot of chamomile teas up to now. well, this is also my friend, Zhang Wei Li. He shows on the other one. See, the woman seems to be in a meditative state, but then does these motions and says, "Hello," and then looks down.
Can I be an asshole? Because I kind of want to use my powers just to make some nice chamomile tea, just grow a chamomile plant and be like, here you go.
Woo.
Just to show
Okay,
off.
and I think you have over 100 manipulation, so characters who have over 100 on the stat can do all free RP cool stuff without any rolls. So yeah, you turn the chamomile to, you have such powers. Ooh, this is unbelievable. I must insist that I want to pick your brain. And let me see if this has no roll. So again, I'm gonna make a public roll out of game. You don't know it. And he superbly, wow, he looks deep into your eyes, and you're getting lost in his. Desdemona says towards Zoro, "How about you, sir? Why don't you pick a beverage of sorts and join us?"
What's the vibe of this room? Is there music playing or
No music, like a formal meeting, but you also have a monk and a guy smelling weed covered in a blanket, like a 65, 55-year-old guy.
So basically, Oliver
Um,
with a blanket on him.
I think
The
I think
cheek.
Zoro's
The cheek.
I think Zoro's just going to say he's okay and just go to the back of the room and just lean against it, put his head against it, pull out his own drink from his pocket, a little whiskey, and take a sip, put it back in, because the people in this room, he doesn't overly trust it. A corporate bar doesn't seem like the type of place where they would be so welcoming in his experience.
Diego has already, partaken in.
They can do whatever the fuck they want. I'm gonna end up saving their asses either way.
Well, you might want to, put what you said into use. As you see, this Henry guy is rolling some strange herbs on the floor on the floor, maybe super chaotic. And says he seems to be connecting with Aurora. You've never seen Aurora feel so comfortable, and they're sitting next to each other, wrapped in a blanket. They're about to roll something, or at least he wants to roll something for her, and ask her, maybe you can turn this into Damiana, and says like some weird plans to experiment. And if you do, which you would like, he seems very, very happy about it. The Miss Writer continues and says, well, if you're all feeling the way you should be feeling, the reason why we summoned you here is because those two people, and she shows Jean-Wei Li and Henry, have actually were those who, in a way, were the best candidates of this entire world of finding this elusive realm that we seek. In fact, Henry over here has visited it once, while Zhang Weili has never succeeded. She looks down, Zhang Weili does, like maybe clutches her fist, but she's the only one who has been almost inside so many times. So they naturally will have a breadth of knowledge for you to share. I will leave you to it. And then she returns to her seat in the, chair and starts working, typing on the computer, working the cell phone, hands-free, very busy.
So the moral of the story for the viewers is that hard work and meditation and exercise and good eating doesn't work, and smoking weed does. Moral of the story, troops. Hard work and patience is bullshit. Smoke weed.
Did we have a drug warning at the beginning? I don't think I had up to now. Shit.
People have watched that
There's
channel before, John.
Okay. But yeah, viewer discussion and advice, there is some drug involved in the scene, as it seems that this mysterious concert monster doesn't want you to feel scared or hunted, wants you to feel great. So, says Zhang Weili, sits up, very formal-like position, goes lean between the two men, Hulk and Zoro, and says, I believe it's better if we get straight to the point. In order to enter this realm, you have to A, be dreaming, or B, pass through a portal that takes you directly and physically to the astral dimension. There, you must be in control of what you dream, what you feel, and what you think. Loose thoughts can quickly become an avalanche and turn everything around you into a living nightmare. Whereas on the other hand, says Henry, if you go into a nice and calm and peace of mind type of mind, not only will you see only your childhood fantasy heroes, your favorite book characters come to life and help you, but you will also be able to influence the environment around you and create the one thing that you need to create with your imagination. He looks at Zanzoi Li, and Zanzoi Li nods. You don't really know what the exchange is about, and he says, doors. It's all about doors. Do you like Doors? The band, I mean, Aurora? I have some on my iPhone. I have it. Oh, I don't have an iPhone. But anyway, yeah, they're great. But I'm not talking about the band. I'm talking about actual doors. He shows you around the area doors. Well, when you change in your dream location, go through a door symbolizes change of environment. And usually, maybe we go through the door and the door evaporates, or it's another totally different room. As long as it's another room that has somehow, somewhere, another door, you're on the right path. Because you need to pass through a certain amount of doors in order to find this hyperrealm. It's easy, right? I've been there. I should know. Yes, you should, says Zanwili, a bit distressed. Give me an awareness roll before we continue, and then you can ask whatever you want. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, guys, awareness roll.
Oh, everyone.
All of us?
I've done
Yep,
mine.
yep.
Okay.
All of
failed.
you.
Which one's awareness? That one.
Big fail for me.
No.
Fails all round.
Fails all around. Then I continue and say, but yes, if you don't have a calm mind, so it's very important to be calm, he says as he rolls a huge joint, you won't find any troubles. It will be just door, hyperrealm, success.
I'm always going to be like, isn't it like the first time you do heroin is like the best time and then you just have to stop? So she's thinking she could like just do a bit of crack once to help get into like this mellow state.
I'm making no
That's what
comment.
she said.
No comment.
That's what
I'm
she
not
said.
incriminating myself any further. No comment.
That's what she said on the street. So, I mean,
If you can, Zanzeli, actually, let's say this Desdemona says from her sitting on the chair, if you can, we have neural, you can sleep here, take a quick nap, and we have neural connections to so that you could, we would know and you would know what you might be up against, what's your current state of mind. And then continues to work.
yeah, I'm happy with that. I want to see how my mood is.
Ooh, that's amazing. Let me connect you. And Henry does seem to know something about, a laptop sitting there, and then turns to Desdemona and says, she nods, all right, put this in your forehead over here. Yes, it won't hurt. It just shows us some stuff. And now, maybe you want a sedative to sleep, or...
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Then I have the right one. And he passes you the joint. 2 puffs, and it sends you right to sleep. 3 puffs, maybe hospital. 4? No, don't take 4.
I mean, she does like want to go in the calmest mood she can go in, so yeah, I think it'll probably help. Plus, she knows she can make drugs, so she could like test the drugs first.
You can control like it's just me stepping out of character here and over the table. You can control plants, so you can control the potency of that weed that you're smoking. If it's too strong, just turn it down a notch. you can control the
Yeah, and
levels.
with over 100 manipulation, it is auto success, so you can do all those things without any effort.
So yeah, I'm not too worried about the.
So
the
give
drug
me
thing.
a consciousness roll, and you see Aurora will take a brief nap. Let's see what state of mind we find Aurora.
So we have to do. Is that awareness for me?
No, it's consciousness.
Oh, for me. Okay.
Aurora can always
And tell
go
me
into
if anyone
business.
else will do that. Tell me if anyone else will try to take a nap or put this
I'm
neural.
thinking about it. If Aurora wants to
good.
retire from being a Metanthrope, she can always start a cannabis dispensary. She could just produce, just go pop, she'll make a fortune.
Yeah. Ooh, Aurora.
I'm gonna
Okay.
attempt to go to sleep as well and do the thing.
Aurora, since you're not changing your die, as the Henry is plugging in, actually, Zhang Wei Li, they seem to know the process. They're plugging in Diego as well. We see on the monitors, let's say, some weird imagery. It's not like exactly as she sees them in her dream, but we see her like, her heartbeat raising up, body's temperature, many readings and neural pathways and neural links. But they do seem actually some kind of images. And they say what the other two see is an images of a young man with short hair, glasses, riding a bike on a university. And there's nothing like worrisome for you. That up to that, Aurora was pretty fine, and then it is the bike gets entangled in quite harsh entangles and bushes and stuff, and Aurora starts to get worried as you realize it's not a very good dream for her, but not a terrible one. On the other side, Diego, as long as he's plugged in, Hulk will notice his newfound friend sweating quite a lot, and maybe his legs are instinctively kicking the air a bit as he finds himself running on an empty stadium on a rainy day, kicking balls, but all of his goals are missing. And there is lightnings up ahead, huge thunderbolts, and there is something watching him over as the lightning sparks. You see like a humanoid figure as big as the stars watching down on you, and you wake up sweaty, and there was a bad dreams, and your heartbeats were very high. And they explain to you that if you continue like that inside, it will not go well, because if Diego is dreaming that, it will turn a storm for each of you. And if Aurora is dreaming of entangled wires or something, you will all get entangled. So you need to control your thoughts. That's what they say.
Reroll my use Destiny to reroll and see if I can get a better one then.
I will award you as much Destiny as I can. This change of scene pretty soon. Tell me if you have any more questions, or if Hulk would like to visit the Dream Realm briefly and see. No.
Not interested. I want to stay as focused on the mission as possible, because every fucking time that we've went somewhere, these cunts have fucked it up, and I've been the one that stayed in control. So I'm gonna stay here and just fucking keep guarded while these guys go on their opium trip.
This monk woman, who is tiny compared to you physically, comes closer to you and says, "Will you not test the waters of the astral dimension?"
I've tested enough throughout my lifetime. By any chance, can you see what memories I have of the last time I decided to go along with another Metanthropes experiences?
She says something you didn't expect. She seems to be confused and says, "Metanthrope?"
Oh,
Thanks.
so
Thanks, Hulk. Thanks for that.
well, I know you guys have a little bit of a secret. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to tell anyone. I've met your kind before, and I don't know if you're a brainy one or if you're a brawly one.
I'm not one. She interrupts and says, I'm not one at all. She says, she seems to be, frustrated, and then sits to meditate again rustly. Henry says to Aurora very, calm voice, and says, as he's smoking and passing the joint, "Well, the problem with little one is she doesn't know, but she doesn't know she's. Not all of us are privileged to have access to private information and secrets about our world. But I do know some. And at about this time, Desdemona moves over and says, please, everyone, focus on the mission. It is our CEO that awaits for you pretty soon. And you need to be ready, whatever that means. You figure it out quick. and then you follow me once again. And give me an awareness roll. Awareness roll. Lots of awareness so far in the
everyone.
story. Everyone.
Come on, Diego, roll something for a change. No.
No, we're failing it.
In such low destiny numbers that do not allow you to reroll for just roleplay reasons. I understand. Was it an important information? I cannot tell. Tell me if you do anything else, interact with these two anyhow. They do seem to have an experience you haven't asked anything about. A different experience, but still.
I want to talk to Henry about like stuff because he was talking about so you can get there through dreams or you can go through a portal. I'm going to talk to him because I'm stupid. I'm going to say, well, I knew another Metanthrope who could create portals into other worlds because that was what that woman did last time, right? When she threw me through that portal, and then we were in like the ether realm. So she had like a power to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And where did that happen? Because I do not feel that our CEO would allow like such powerful Metanthropes to walk around without him knowing. At this point, maybe, well, you kind of failed all your awarenesses, but Aurora was very close and he feels closer to him. You may guess that there are indeed levels of knowledge as there are levels of power, and maybe someone as clueless or refusing to learn is Zhang Li. Henry's in between, but you might be even more experienced Metanthropes with, maybe they haven't really had a multiversal mission before and they only know this world.
I'm going to brag about it. It's like, yeah, we've been to like 2 other planes. This is our 3rd one, so maybe the 4th.
Fascinating. Tell me about it. Tell me everything.
Well, one person gave up and then they died, and yeah, that happened. And we went to an old library and got some cool books. And Hulk once died inside like a weird octopus thing when he was small. That's what we were up to.
I didn't die.
Yeah, did they? Are you still here? I nearly died.
Zhang Weili says, is that a figure of speech? Or what are you talking about?
I mean,
Library of Alexandria doesn't exist for thousands of years, something.
Well, we've been, but maybe we're just a bit more thropier than you. Just a little bit. You know, you're more meta, a bit more thorpy. So, yeah. Aurora feels a bit
A little bit
Aurora,
more throopy.
Aurora
Just
feels
not
more
quite as
superior.
trophy as us, mate.
She feels a bit superior and she was like, so these guys just get high and pretend to go in dreams, and we're fucking going around spaceships and
interdimensional intertimeline missions, and they're just sitting around getting stoned, taking drugs.
Yeah, we picked the
You
wrong
have to
world.
tell me everything. What have you seen in space? Are they
Well,
truly aliens?
Hulk thinks he can drive spaceships. Wink, wink.
I did all right, you know. Don't listen to her, Hawk. I'm proud of you, son. It's good piloting. Excellent.
Aurora's going to ask him if he's got any tips then for getting into this world. It's like, so clearly you don't have some other Metanthrope that can create portals. So
It is our CEO himself who can open the portals. Don't you worry about that. You will get to the dream realm one way or another. But what if I have any advice to give to you, my dear Aurora, and I do hope that you will be the one who finds this realm, is that it would be difficult for all of you to succeed at the same time. So you might need to choose one of you who will be in the end, and looks directly at Diego for many seconds. I find it very difficult, says Zhang Weili, that with this state of mind that I think you're in, you will ever make it the first door. I'm not trying to demoralize you. It's just from what I've seen, you're not ready. I'm sorry. You will fail as I did many times.
Well, she's a real party pooper, isn't she? No wonder she can't get there.
Yeah, that's not that.
It's
That's
fine.
That's not a very.
She's fine.
sportsmanlike
She's fine. When you get to know her, she's really funny. Actually, she
Diego's
looks at
not
him like that.
impressed,
No,
that's-
she's not really funny, but well.
That's not a winner's attitude. That's not a sporting attitude. Diego's not impressed. Hawk wouldn't be impressed.
It's like I never tried hard to be a telepath, and it just happened. If you believe that you have something, it can come true. So
Tell me about your travels, Aurora. I so much want to know. As you maybe rolls a second joint already and says from the thing that says if you puff 4 you die or something, he rolls a second and says, tell me about your dreams, about your visit to the stars. What have you seen? Do you take the conversation? Actually, yeah, tell me, what do you tell him?
I mean, at this point, I'm just like, everyone's tried to kill us, so I might as well just tell this guy the entire thing that's happened. He seems chill. He's been way less creepy than most of the other people we've met. So I'll tell him. I'm not going to tell him why we've been sent to these places. I'll just be like, we've been going these weird travels and met loads of strange people. But I'm not telling him we've been on missions, just that we've been traveling.
He seems overly fascinated. The other woman, Zhang doesn't seem to, believe you. And at some point, I suppose you reach to the tentacle scary lady, or however you describe her. How do you describe her, actually? Yeah.
I'm going to say, well, I'm pretty powerful, as she called me a goddess, and there's this other goddess, and we had a little bit of a fight, and then she tried to kill me and took over a universe or a planet, I'm not 100% sure, and luckily I escaped. But she seems...
Did you know that? Wow.
I think we could be friends. Maybe we just need to have a proper chat eventually.
He asks, what was her name? And then Mrs. Demona enters the room once again, coincidentally the very same moment, says enough, as if like she didn't want you to say that name. Maybe. I think it's time. Please follow me. Do you follow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
The other two?
Yeah, I'm going. If Aurora's going, I'm going.
Hulk?
I'm going wherever they're going. I'm their tank.
You're the tank.
I'm gonna tell Hulk it might be like that scene in A Nightmare on Elm Street where I have to go into like a dream and then he has to wake me up in case Freddy kills me, because I think he'd understand that.
Two.
Any
Interesting.
more pineapple sundaes?
3,
Um,
4, better lock your door.
so,
Just as,
okay,
just
let's
as the
change
music
the
went,
scene.
just as the music went really John Carpenter as well, Martin. Beautiful
Yeah.
reference.
Okay, out of game, how much time do we have?
For once, I have reasonably quite a lot of time. Unless we start talking about 2 o'clock in the morning situation, I don't have that much time.
I'm good. It's
I have-
Christmas.
Yeah, I'm alright.
I say that I'm working
Chris?
tomorrow, but I don't give a fuck about work tomorrow.
I've just got to go. I've got to get Christmas vegetables tomorrow. That's what I'm doing in the morning. But apart from that, I don't got that much to do. Chris is drinking, so I'm guessing he's not busy in the morning.
I gotta go to the gym, but I'll go to the gym pissed. It's alright.
How's
That's true
the,
Alright.
how's the messages going? If you got anyone, because you might be busy with someone else tomorrow.
All that one person. Anyway,
Told you it's John anyway.
John's meeting you tomorrow. You'll be fine.
All right, everyone, let's have our second or third, I don't know, break for now and be right back to meet this mysterious concept master.
I'm gonna fuck him in the mouth.
Maybe you will. Maybe you will.
In your dream, or like actually.
I'm
so.
keeping that in the video. Welcome back, sports fans.
Woo! Greetings, Metanthropes. We're back after this break. We find our protagonists in an elevator, accompanied by this woman, Desdemona, writer. And as you go to the elevator, there's this classical elevator awkwardness, elevator music, and there are obviously many images and video images from digital screens of Oneiros making a self-portrait, like a commercial for some fashion company making a self-portrait and talking about desire, knowing yourself, and you can find everything that you desire. That's the screen. And at this point, you notice that make me a perception roll, or okay, or reflexes roll.
Two totally different things for me. But
Yeah, totally. We'll have total different results.
I'm pretty good at both.
All very perspective. Woo! Okay,
Look,
Aurora.
I failed that. I'm good at that. Fuck, I'm gonna
Yeah,
use
maybe-
That's your whole thing, perception.
Maybe it is the dashing looks of the concert master that. No. You all realize there's something. She is about to remove something for her pocket, but with your very good successes, so astounding successes, most of you realize you're not under any threat. You can overpower her. You can catch her arm if you want. She doesn't do that. She does it with haste, but not to be faster than you in a way. Could have said that better, but that's the sensation. So you all allow it, and it's the right thing to do. As she moves a touchscreen on her device and starts to say, we have about 30. Actually, her voice changes a bit. The tone of the voice changes and says the following. It's really, her voice is like she was using a fake voice before. And she says, all right, listen up. We have about 30 seconds until the servers reboot and they realize that this is more than just a glitch. We are ghosts right now. He can hear us, he can see us, but only for 30 seconds. Listen to me. The other two, he points downstairs, did not know, but I know about the opera. I've been there myself, and I am an agent of a multiversal faction. Whatever you do, listen to me. As he checks the time, like 7 seconds. Whatever you do, do not allow Oneiros to reach the final door. He needs you in order to get there, and it's 1,000 more times in the infinite calculus of the multiverse that you will fail 1,000 times and not reach the final door, because when you do 2 seconds, he will go at you. He will do everything in his power to get to the final door. The voice and body structure changes completely and says, please follow me. And starts walking ahead of you in a new room. Did I activate this scene?
No.
Sorry, I'm activating right now.
That was very Matrix.
Look, obviously you didn't have time to respond because at the moment stop talking, you're at the door. Did you do anything? Did you say what she was talking? Did you react at all to this change?
Give her away.
Pineapple cocktails. Let's go.
Diego? Anything? This way, please. So you enter the top floor of this building. The sun has risen, as now closer to, not noon, it's been like an hour, a couple of hours. This pinkish hue still continues to reflect on the thousand-fold surfaces all over the city, so everything is illuminated with a pink hueish hue. Hue, yeah. And this is the top floor. Obviously, the view is mesmerizing, but on the far other side, in front of those windows, is a huge statue of Oneiros wearing a toga or something like a Roman or a Greek, a ancient Greek, like a philosopher or a hero or a something, and there are about like 10 or so super super formal, super dangerous looking security agents wearing suits, but no, super formal, super their eyes scan everything, your very steps under heavy surveillance of all those people. And essentially this whole grand office room, which is everywhere, yeah, it's like it has a down floor. Okay, the top floor. Actually, move ahead so you can see on the map. Make sure that you can see on the map. Over here says Miss Demona, so you can see it over here, which is like a balcony, and underneath like an underneath floor, which has apparently a huge piano and a
And there's a
weird
wall.
tree and
Yeah,
sofas.
we can't move.
Okay, sorry.
Oh,
Now, yeah, there
yeah.
you go. So you see downstairs there are many ancient Roman seats where you know the pharaoh, the Romans sit like that and drink wine and eat grapes, that type of seats downstairs. There is classical music playing. There's a this weird tree, a piano, all those guards watch. And as you can see on the map, there are some blue lines. Okay, you see those blue lines on the corridors left and right.
Yes.
Those lines are like glass doors. Okay, like everything's like this map is not the official map. Shout out to Frag Maps for providing us for these maps, but they're not exactly as I imagined. They're not yet done by our wondrous 2D storyteller. Imagine there's many glass doors, many. You can see everything because everything is glass. There's no walls on the left and right, so you can see the entire city basically around you. Okay, how do you react and act?
Diego again just waits for them to see what they're doing. I'm taking it in, looking around.
Yeah, I guess I might try and talk to. I might try and talk to some of the people around.
You see a very tall woman, muscular, earpiece here to communicate, carrying a weapon on her belt, dangerous looking. She doesn't pay attention to you, but if you want to pass, she will open, and the glass door opens, and you can pass. Follow me, says Mrs. Demona, and continue. The other security officer opens that. When you pass, the door closed behind you, but I see there are two guys are behind. What are you doing there? Diego is following. Hulk is doing what?
I'm gonna continue to follow.
Then you follow all ahead. There is a tight procedure here. Every 2 meters or 4 meters, you one door closed, one another. Touchscreen, security guards, you pass, they check. There's also like metal detectors and whatever, when you pass all through the security, you come standing next to the statue of Oneiros, and once you sit there, you shall see up ahead a man with you see him dressed this time, and he is wearing the following. Let me pause you right there. Where is Hulk? Is Hulk? Hulk is still behind. Do you need me to move you? Is it like RP or?
Sorry, I'll move myself.
Just a little feedback on one of your features for your VTT module QP, and a 10 out of 10. Like, it's a beautiful touch. When you drop two tokens on top of each other, they don't sit on top of each other like two tokens often do. They move side by side to occupy the same space. Look, they do it 3 ways as well. That's brilliant.
Yeah, that's a module we have. I think it's called
that.
Z tokens or something. Z, I think it has a letter Z something. So when you sit over there, you see the visage image of Oneiros. Although he has his back turned on you, you never felt a more polarizing presence like him. You have seen the immortal king magistrate Akkadi has led humanity for tens of thousands of years with his infinite knowledge. You've seen the all-powerful Samsiel, breaker of worlds. Yet this simple, in a way, not monstrous, not just a well-dressed man as you see him on the back, will so magnetize you cannot really control yourselves. You kind of want to go there and hug him. On the contrary to what you might have felt or predeterminedly thought up to this point. He wears in a best imaginable fitted suit in his perfect frame, and there is also a red piece of silk hanging on his side. He rests one hand on his hip while he's smoking a slender cigarette, much like the women of old, with like a black long thing and then the cigarette. And the smoke curls around him are taking all these intricate shapes as he's engulfed in an aura of mystery. And he seems to be viewing like a grand view of screens, which is like a spherical thing of screens all over his, not just maybe company, but maybe the city or maybe even the world. Start by rolling a willpower, and this is directly to his all-powerful turned back. The moment that he turns to meet you, should you fail in this roll, you might go and hug him or something. So it's a willpower just to restrain yourself, control yourselves. Aurora is a dashing, beautiful man. Aurora over there, the most beautiful and successful and powerful man you've ever seen. Oh, who is with Diego is like, this is, well, theoretically the other two conductors. I don't know, how do you feel?
Diego
You're not threatened.
smoking.
How do you feel?
Diego's put off by because he hates smoking. It's really unhealthy. He's
Okay,
doesn't think
then
it's all that
you'll
great.
find 7 more reasons to hate him other than he smokes. That's the idea, and you feel you need to compel this and defy this calling. Whereas Hulk is like, I'm gonna punch this cunt if he gets too close or something, but damn, he's like, you feel something, but you can't control yourself. Whilst Aurora, I take control of your pawn, and you see her, kind of, she wants to go first. How many levels? You failed only by 1. You realize, okay, open your character sheet, go to manipulation, and make a manipulation roll, but right click and give it a 50 at reduction.
Oh, okay.
It's like
That's a big
one of the
thing,
worst things that can happen to you, because reduction, it's very difficult to counter. Ooh. Would you like to re-roll that? Up to you.
Yeah, if it works. Okay, well, it's now just one failure.
Then, to your surprise, maybe even jealousy, you see Aurora cannot help herself but to go into his arms. He opens his arms like this, like Jesus Christ, and you see Aurora really hugging him, warmly, like a father figure, and then turning into desire, and they look at each other. You see the eyeliner to his eye. You feel drippings. Your soul is dripping inside, and they kiss. They kiss passionately for over 10 seconds at least. What do you do, the two of you? How do you react to this?
I let Martin have his moment, mate. He's been waiting the whole campaign for this.
I mean, yeah, my character can't do shit for at least a few seconds.
I'm just like,
Hulk?
Seeing Aurora acting strangely, Hulk would grab Aurora by the shoulder and drag her away.
You'll be like
You
that.
see Hulk? I don't think anybody needs to roll power, because nobody's really struggling. And even if Aurora does, Hulk is extremely more powerful. And on Lord Orneros, will do the following. As this brute takes you from his sweet embrace, gives you one more kiss to seal how much you have fallen in love with him, and he says, "Oh, Aurora, charming, a beautiful delight to my eyes you are. Once you came into this very timeline, this entire world was filled with the light, unlike any other before. Maybe only compared to the light of the opera." And he looks at Hulk, who can't really have much eye contact with him for whatever reason. It's very uncomfortable. But, Aurora, you draw Aurora away. Desdemona gives a very worried look to Diego and then walks the other way and says, "You stand in the presence of the concert master of this timeline, Lord Oneiros, Lord of Dreams." And uses at least 5 words that I will not even get into, like the exonerated, the perfuminated, I don't know, like 5 words which are like amazing and you maybe never heard before. "I bid thee welcome to my humblest domain."
Gonna be like, Diego, there's a piano, you can save the day. It's what you've been practicing for, look.
There's nobody playing the piano, because Diego might just gravitate towards it.
"But of course, if it is music that you desire, by all means, oblige yourselves. I trusted that my dearest Desdemona had made sure that you have partaken." He does like smokes and makes a circle of smoke and turns a cigarette around it. "You have partaken into any form of substances and stray desires you wish before you came here."
Diego puts his Red Bull on the piano.
He gives a sexy look to Aurora, who kinda Hulk has to hold her back, as it's like maybe want to touch him a little bit. The silk who has like hanging over here.
I'm just screaming out pineapple at Hulk to let go of me. It's like hitting him on the head going pineapple.
It's a safe word. Pineapple!
Do you let her go, Hulk?
No.
Ooh, power roll from both of you.
Okay.
You might crit success and you might crit fail. You never
Aurora
know.
gets a penalty because she's weak at the knees.
Oh,
Dexterine!
I'm gonna give you Aurora condition. Thank you, Diego, for this. Thank you, Oliver, for this idea. Rather, it's gonna be the bewildered condition. You failed by only 1, so I'm gonna give you bewildered 1. So it's not -%. It's
Okay.
not 14.
I ain't going anywhere.
Jesus. Aurora, you feel such a magnetizing force that's powerful enough to maybe. Okay, I will roll his power against Oneiro's manipulation, but I have to make it a secret roll. But the QP will see the result, and I'm gonna keep it whatever it be. I don't want the players to see the stat of Oneiros. Oh my god! Okay, Aurora. Although Hulk, you feel he's like a tree, an ant of fantasy, protecting you from everything, like a hug, as like a fatherly embrace, and it's so strong, without even, he's clenching his muscles at all, but he's so inhumanly strong. You feel warmth, but it is a desire of Oneiros that pulls you, and you actually kind of push him so much it is that you just for a kiss you will risk everything. The kiss is exchanged briefly, but it is Hulk who wins after all, in a very tight contested row.
Fine, I'll kiss Hulk. Who cares? Just kiss everyone. Just going for it. It's Christmas.
Get a mistletoe out. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh, she's gonna grow some mistletoe. She's like, come on,
Grow
guys.
mistletoe.
I can grow mistletoe everywhere.
It is the concert master who seeks Hulk's eye contact and says, "If it isn't the mighty Titan, the mighty sword, Zoro, Hulk Zoro, the legend of the highlights. A pleasure to have you on my humblest timeline. She smokes at your face.
I blow it away with a mist of flame. Not in an attacking way. I'm not trying to attack him, but I'm just trying to disperse the smoke.
So much power, it's like a gust of wind. You're like Superman breath.
And I would say, well, I'd be honored if I was in my presence as well, but I think whatever you've done to manipulate my friend, I think you should leave them be.
What you said at first really, really excited him and says, "Oh, spoken like a true protagonist, ready to capture the forbidden fruit and taste it."
Oh, you know he's like got, what is it, dates? He's doing that weird thing that guys do with dates or figs. Is it figs? Yeah. Well, he's doing that shit.
For some reason, he can make it work. He can make it work, and you want to taste his lips ever again, his sweet nectar lips. But it is now Hulk that needs to roll willpower again. And it is a hidden VS roll. I'm gonna check, you have some immunities, but it is up to some levels. You chose not to follow this path. Are you satisfied with this result?
Sure. 4 successes.
But, my friends, know that there is no spell in which I hold her. It is simply he touches the underneath your leather jacket, your hair, your chest, and you don't want to actually, it really turns you on. Really, you have no idea why. Even touching this flesh is like a gladiator of ancient Rome. I remember I was there. And I fondled them too. And he really fondles you. And since we're over 18, you really get excited by that. But he turns around, like almost you wanted more, but he turns around, goes there, kisses passionately Desdemona, but very nonchalant. Desdemona then nods, and turns aside and goes, Diego.
No.
And looks at Diego.
No.
I'm gonna be slapping Hulk at this point. I'm like, you tease with your big slutty bit in your top.
Diego, you have to roll willpower, and you're the strongest of the bunch, I would say, mentally. Let's see if you can.
Still 2 levels success, so.
Are you keeping this result?
I've only got 10 destiny, John. I need 9 to live. I don't want to be seduced though. I'd be quite happy to be the one that doesn't get seduced. When these two dead.
Go on, take your dirty tracky off for him. We know what you're gonna do.
Actually, out of game, your result was worse compared to I think compared to the V.
You're gonna have his babies. It's gonna be worse.
No, obviously, no. Yeah, with Aurora, he didn't have even to target it. With you, you have overall the worst result, but it's different from you because he doesn't go to your fleshy desires, but he takes a huge, almost inhumane. How many? For how long this? His lungs can hold when it surrounds you like a cloud of. Then you get engulfed, and once you're inside, the other two can see like pink energy surround in a pulsating, vibrating manner, as if you can see the aura of telekinesis around him. You've never seen this before, but you get, as light is reflected upon smoke, somehow you see your reflection of what it would be if you would activate your telekinetic form, constant vibrating pulse of energy. And then she sucks in the smoke when smoke closer to your face, and then in his eyes you see like orangey, pinkish eyes to the smoke. You see the perfect mentor who can take your psychic abilities to a level you've never even imagined before, capable of changing timelines with your thoughts. So it's not erotic desire for you, but it's like you almost fall to your knees, you feel your knees shaking. I will give you wobbly 2, literally your and bewildered 3, or some bewildered 2 and wobbly 2. As you're shaking, how do you react to this? He hasn't spoken yet, hasn't said anything to you.
Diego resists that temptation to want to strengthen his meta powers because that's not who he is.
He tried.
Diego
He didn't succeed.
Diego doesn't want the meta powers. I'll use destiny if I need to not succumb to this. If he's making me want to use my
Unfortunately,
meta powers.
this has passed, and you, through the reflections on the smokes, who could be your desires, the images that you create on the astral dimension, which maybe surrounded you in, and you see some sort of power. Actually, show you. Actually, he says, because you are still unconvinced, grabs you by behind, the shoulders, trapezoids, maybe massages you a bit, but again, not erotically, just to let you loose, and sits you with a swift move on the piano. It is then and only then that Hulk snaps out of it, because this was a sudden move, not hostile necessarily. And maybe, oh, my friends are really not into this. And among the three, you are best in control, but you don't want to get near Oneros. You're not sure what's going to happen. How do you react, Hulk?
Hulk, snapping out of it, starts to use his rationale and say to the others, guys, your brains are being controlled. This man is the biggest pineapple in the room right now. Control yourself, or I'll fucking control each of you with my fists.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Like says the guy who's letting his pineapples be played with a minute ago. That's all I'm saying.
I was under his thrall too, and it worked. And I've snapped out of it. Aurora, bring your granny into the room. Surely that'll make everything disappear for you, and you'll not be as horny anymore.
I don't want to think about my grandmother.
Exactly. Bring your grandmother into the room.
That's the trick. That's the trick to you take away the horniness. Think about your grandmother. You can actually bring your dead granny into the room.
Diego, give me a creativity roll. Right click and add to the bonus 66. It's a rare, once ever given bonus to your creativity roll. As you, with 64, 6th level success, as you whisper something into your ear and you start to play piano. Let me change the piano. We need a piano playlist. Of something maybe somber, but classical music of beauty you've never heard before. In your eyes, Diego becomes Chopin or Beethoven or one of the greats and displays a masterpiece before your ears. That calms definitely the nerves, and you realize, Aurora and Hulk, that maybe you were kinda fighting and arguing over the attention of the one maybe that you desire. And as Lord Oneros makes a circle to the room, looks at his tree, which is in a glass cage, as if it wants to be protected and maintained, pushes his smoke on the glass, invisible fortress, and goes all around and says, But how about we begin? And then suddenly everything starts to be filled with from his smokes the smoke of his cigarette starts to become like a mist surrounding the room, and the mist starts to take colors and shapes. Out of the shapes, your imagination will take form. Diego stops playing the piano because he's overwhelmed by what's happening. And, I will play the playlist depending on your levels of success or failure. Let me start with consciousness roll. If you remember your training, if you fail that, you may invoke your worst nightmare. Should you succeed, you will summon your fantastical friends. Diego starts a consciousness with a simple failure. Okay, simple failure. Let me see 2 more consciousness rolls from the other 2, and it's a coalition roll, which means it works. No, that actually it's not a coalition, no roll necessarily. But let's say that things are balanced out with Aurora and Diego. So is it gonna be Hulk who's gonna fill this consciousness and allow his inner demons to take shape to this room, the very room that they are on? 90 something definitely will. 10 destiny remaining. You need 9 to survive. You have 8 levels. You risk your very life, but you hold yourself, and the following thing happens: success, and the successful success. Okay. Everyone hears the cheer of crowds and the talks as if you suddenly everywhere around you it's like a restaurant, a supermarket. Is it indoors, outdoors? You're not sure, but you can feel, you can hear conversations all around. You see pink mists, pink from the sunlight, pink from the energies. You're not sure. Desdemona is there. Actually, everyone is there. Only Olneros, after a puff of smoke, can no longer be seen. And neither all the security guards who were spying on you on top. So essentially, it's just 3 of you and Desdemona in somewhere. New scene begins. It's not that you have very few destiny, but this is Astral, baby. So we have over here. I'm gonna give just 3 to all of you. Oh, no. Actually, Hulk was very protective. He was very suppressed. This is a fair amount of destiny. So, as you keep hearing this played on repeat. No, sorry, this is... Okay, let me... from Hulk's side, then, you start suddenly to hear cheers. Chatter ambience, is this the one? No, I've lost it. Okay, from Hulk's side, you start to hearing cheers, and suddenly it's not a restaurant around Hulk's side, but it's rather a stadium, a theater. Maybe is it even a wrestling ring? How many success he had? With 3, it's enough to be a wrestling ring, and you see all around posters of a match between the Sword and the Titan. Describe us the poster, since you weren't able to create it, Chris. Tell us the poster of this match, of this rematch of the ages.
So the poster has a picture of both Hawk and the Titan facing off in the field of Mexico, like proper desert background. And like they're in that like tussle of like 2 people holding each other, like with a championship belt in the background, It's on old parchment paper, like, you know, old school, like, not white paper, but like, you know, that browny, weird kind of old school poster. Yeah.
Suddenly, above Diego, a football goes by, and the crowds go like, oh, as if someone missed a goal. Maybe Diego even hears the announcer go, oh, he misses the goal by like an announcer, football announcer. Okay, how do you react in this land of dreams?
I see a football go flying over my head. Will I have a look? Am I on the pitch as a player? Am I in the dugout a coach? Where am
You
I?
just saw the football, like the ball, and then mists, and you don't see the ball or the crowd. If you know, if you move, you want whatever you want to do.
I
The
thought-
rest,
I'll just wait then.
the other two.
What are we doing? Sorry, I thought.
Yeah,
was doing...
it's up to you. It's literally the land of dreams. What are you
so we
doing?
have to- in our dreams, I don't know. Aurora will be like dancing in the garden or the forest.
Give me a creativity roll and add a bonus to your creativity equal to your artistry special type of
Do you
roll.
want what we're doing?
So
in our
plus
dreams,
20,
right?
plus
Sorry, John,
20.
I'm with
So
you now.
bonus 20. Sorry?
Oh, that's a penalty. Yep.
Okay. As you dance in a circling rhythm, suddenly you see the trees around you change shape wherever you go. So you dance in synchronicity with nature, and then you find something like a hobbit hole, like a hobbit house. Imagine it like a door of wood, and it seems to be inside, like it's a hobbit thing. You know, basically, you know, frame to frame from Lord of the Rings movies that you have seen your character. You know, it's like a hobbit wooden door.
Oh, a door. Okay. Gonna look around.
It is a
Gonna
door,
look
yeah.
around. Gonna look if there's any weirdos near me, and then try and open the door.
Sorry. You try to open the door. And what are the rest of you are doing? Tell me, Hulk. What is Hulk is doing?
Well, if I've seen like this whole place, I'm gonna be like getting myself amped as if I'm getting ready to fight.
So you go into the ring to fight.
Oh no! Well, I'm waiting to be called, so like I'm probably like pacing, you know, at the backstage area, ready to be called to come out.
You start to hear boos from the crowd. You don't seem to be the favored one in this type of arena. Do you wish to go there or try to find the others in the mists? Titan! 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 The whole place is like shifting. Nobody's cheering for you.
That's okay, because I'm used to being the underdog. I'm used to being the one who's billed as the heel.
So you go there. So give me
Yeah.
not the roles that you would like. Give me a creativity roll. Because here it's not about bronze, maybe. It's about brains. And brains you have, Hulk. So you actually manage to, when you jump, to make it a ring, a wrestling ring. And as all this subsides, all this all this this mist subside. Obviously, it's gonna be very theater of mind based, but each hexagon that you stand upon is something. So, for example, Aurora found her hobbit thing over there. Diego was hunting his ball over here, and Hulk is about to go all the way down, maybe underneath, on the down floor, where he sees the ring. He jumps on the ring and give me a consciousness roll now, again. Oh, holy freaking fucking fuck. Okay, so Chris, you've been into rings before. When your character does this motion, okay, you go. How does he go with the leg up above the ropes? Does he go the Mike Tyson? Does he, what's his enter the ring type of movement?
Step through center ring, up and under. Just like
when
that.
you do your ritualistic up and under, you feel something's amazing. When you shift, it's like you know that you're in a dream, but you're in control. And how can I say it? It made you go through a door in a sense. It wasn't a traditional door, but for you, it worked as a door, and you know this. So in a way, you have one check. Okay, this is very important, Hal. I will keep track of them. But you have been through one door and you know it. So you know that this is a dream, but you know that you're in control and you know what you're supposed to do. On the other side of the ring lies the Titan, a monstrous behemoth of muscle, steroids, veins, masculinity. Let me see. Yeah, big beard, big hair, tattoos, tribal style, insane physique. He's like over 2 meters and 300 pounds, 150 kilos or something. And all the crowd is with him. You see his back, reminiscent of the way that you were looking at Oneiros before. And maybe you make that connection because, realistically, you're not going to roll any better than 3 with any consciousness roll. So for this, like critical success or something. So, no, okay, give me another roll, consciousness. And if you're double successful, I'm going to give you 2 doors already. And, woo! Holy shit. You realize the following. It's not just reminiscent of the way that Lord Oneiros was when you entered this room. He is Oneiros. He's not Titan. Turns around, provokes the crowd. Don't died. Turns around and says, "Are you ready for a lesson learned, little man?" And cracks his fists.
I don't think you remember the last time and the way this ended. You ain't got nothing on me. I'm way more skilled than the last time I seen you, Lord Oneirus.
The huge chunks of hair fall into a more delicate and fashionable, dashing hair. His muscles shrink, but remain slim and fit. And he's Oneiros now, but in a wrestling Oneiros. He wears a thong speedo in burgundy desire. His boots are snake boots with cobra heads up to his knees. Leather straps with lipstick from up like 1,000 lipstick kisses over his things. Like the crowd goes. In the meantime, let's go to Diego, who maybe hear the cheers and the roars of the crowd, but it's a different type of situation, and it will depend on his following consciousness roll if he's going to be booed. He's gonna shock the crowds, disappoint, or make them cheer. Let me see the result. The simple success, which you find you're in a stadium. Okay, you know your way around football stadiums better than anyone. if you want to find doors, you can find plenty. Bathrooms, this and that, you know. Where are you heading?
Wait.
You're in the middle of the field right now, and it's a misty day,
Diego goes.
let's say. And misty night, and it's raining, sorry.
Diego goes through the dugout, back up the I forget what you call it, and then into the tunnel, back up the tunnel, sorry. Some football fan I am. Back up the tunnel, and he heads for the dressing room to see if there's a team there to coach.
Okay, you go past a door, obviously, to go there, but your character doesn't, for some reason, I cannot tell you the game if this counts or not. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But you don't keep in mind, you're having like, you're in a very routine, you know, started routine, you know, the place, you entered a different state of mind when you're here, and you maybe forgot briefly about your mission, but you know where you're supposed to go, you go there. What do you expect? Give me a creativity now, once you enter there.
Oh no. I'm gonna.
Not too bad.
Oh, I've got 13 destiny. I'm gonna use one to reroll. There we go. 2 levels of success.
What were you expecting and hoping to find?
A team of young players, ready to be coached, ready to hear the wise words of a coach.
There is only one. They seem to be crying when you enter. Few lights are on, a couple are flickering, as if this person want to be in isolation. You see the back of the whatever they're wearing, which is it's one of your students, like the trunks, I don't know what they call them, the football stuff, and they seem to be crying, and they have their back on you. What's gonna be?
I'm just gonna go in and start a speech. I'm not gonna raise my voice. I'm not gonna yell to get their attention. I'm just gonna slowly start to speak about how taking a loss is part of the growth that's needed to be the adult that we need to be, the grown-up, the wise, old, intelligent person that we need to be a winner. Because you can't be a winner when you're young and don't know your stuff. And he's going to give them a speech about wisdom and learning, and taking the L as a learning experience. And he's going to give them a losing team talk, the best losing team talk he can.
Give me manipulation. Yeah, and you have a bonus. I didn't actually give it. Let's say you have a good bonus. Okay. Yeah, that was a good speech. Not your best, but was a solid one. It should uplift the spirits of anyone. But the crying keeps going in the dark.
Take off my shoe and throw it at their heads. No, I'm joking. They're not getting the Fergie treatment. I'm not giving them the Fergie treatment. I'm just going to intensify the speech and start pacing, and just say, but that takes leaders, and that winning mentality takes leaders, and I don't know if we have leaders in this room, and he just starts questioning them and making them question themselves. And he starts with a reverse psychology. He's been learning all about psychology, and he starts with the reverse psychology, making them, wait a minute, this guy thinks we're losers, he's wrong, and he starts to use the reverse psychology on them. He's going for that angle.
Let's go. Before before I leave this, this person starts, stop sobbing up. No. You see a bright face with pimples and bluish eyes, very bright blue eyes, and say, "But coach, what if my side is wrong? What if I should change team? What if my destiny is somewhere else other than here? I'm sorry, coach, but what if I want to go to another team?"
Nature of the game, my son. If your destiny is with another team, it's with another team, but until that day, your heart needs to be here.
Today's that day, coach. And he gives you some papers, and you see some signatures to be placed, and your heart starts pounding as whatever you did wrong, you might lose that teacher, that student. But we go to the Hobbit Hall of a beautiful, Hobbit Hall with nice nature and green and really calm and nice place. Aurora?
What do I have to roll? Is it calm?
No, you don't have to roll. How do you enjoy yourself in this? Do you enter the Hobbit place first of all? This is where we left you at the door.
I mean, I'm just thinking Aurora might want to be savvy, so we do know that we have some control here if we have happy thoughts, right? Like we were
Sure.
told that by the
Lucid dreaming.
orchestrators, yeah. So I'm thinking I'm gonna be crafty. I wanna think about making the Hobbit Hole look like a really nice, seductive date spot with rose petals and candles, and I wanna summon the bad guy to have a date with me so I can yeah, because I'm gonna try and play him.
Okay, let's start with creativity to control your surroundings once you enter this Hobbit Hole.
Okay.
And let's start with that and see where it goes. But keep your character sheet open. I'm gonna ask a second roll pretty soon. Okay, that was a good roll. It's exactly as you imagined it. But give me a consciousness roll now. Exactly as you imagined it.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna spend Destiny on that.
Hey.
That's better.
Everything is going brilliantly. Inside, you hear a splashing waters, and you follow a path of pinkish pedals into a bathtub, like a huge Roman, like a Caesar's bathtub or something, steaming with nice hot steaming waters. And there, in a pool of rose petals, the man of your dreams swims naked and invites you over to enjoy.
Oh, she's gonna go and enjoy it, but she wants to kind of talk to him. She's like, why don't we rule your world together? I could be your queen. I'm pretty powerful. She's like, let's forget about anything else you need to do. Why don't we just stay here forever? Do I need to roll anything to...
Roll my willpower to control yourself as much as you can. And I will make also a private GM roll for our dear Lord Orneiros. We see a montage of Aurora swimming, dancing, having sex, eating grapes, drinking wine, spending vacations, days in her mind go by with her newfound love, and together she trusts him in a way that they can indeed be a dark queen and dark god type of situation, and combine their timelines, and he promises you a timeline where desire and trees go hand by hand. We shall reshape all of this, and instead of this ugly industrial world, we shall create a utopia where dreams and plans are one, and everyone has infinite orgies and eat and have herbs, and there will be no rules, just freedom and love and prosperity. And you really, really believe this vision. And you kinda give me a conscious, I think you failed consciousness. Okay, let's get back to someone else. Let's get back to Chris. Let's get back to Chris. He's about to enter a wrestling match with the wrestling Oneiros attire. He swiftly, unprovokedly, suddenly will make back to the ropes, and then jumps with his hand like that, so that he will hit you in the chest and you will fall. Will you attempt to evade this attack, sudden attack from Lord Oneiros?
Yes.
Evasion. Sorry, reflexes. The sword with the titan.
One success.
Yeah, you think you're very successful, but he makes a reverse technique. He never wanted to hit you like that. He just swings around you, goes back to the rope, and jumps over you, and you're already in a triangle choke as he jumped so high, and he locked his legs around your neck, and you feel his crotch rubbing on the back of your neck. And it confuses you in many ways, breaks your focus, and says, "Why fight? Nobody's here. He's getting hurt. We're enjoying ourselves. Your friends are safe and flourishing in the deepest desires. All I ask from you, Zoro, is open me the next door." And he squeezes.
At that point, I activate my meta heat because he's wrapped around me.
True.
To heat my body temperature.
Do it.
He starts sweating and it gets even more homoerotic.
9 levels of success.
9 levels of success. You activated fully successful, critical successfully. For the next several minutes, you will burn everyone with searing pain, unnecessary pain. But from what you hear from Lord Orneiros, the concert master who is over here basically, and you see just his legs, he squeezes tighter and says, "Ah, yes. So blistering, touches my skin. I love this heat. You're such a hot man. But now give me a consciousness roll. Oh, sorry, a creativity roll. And then a consciousness roll. And you know what? I will, without, just roll them, and I will remove 20 to both of them because this is a multi-action and you need to succeed in both. But you succeed only in consciousness, which does the following. As you're getting strangled, okay,
Can I
yeah?
spend creativity or destiny on the creativity?
Sure, yeah, of course. Ooh, you go for a double daring success.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What's happening? I don't see any results on chat for some reason.
It's
the one
because
above.
they
It's
just
above.
go
Yeah,
over
it's
the top,
3 levels
yeah.
of failure. I just saw it. You're at 9,
10
warning.
destiny remaining.
Yeah, you're at 10, warning.
Fuck it. I'm gonna do one more time.
Oh.
Yes!
Whoa!
All right. As you're getting choked and your eyes start to blink and you realize that oxygen hasn't reached your head for several seconds and you might pass out, has happened to you before. You're pretty close to the ropes and you know that the ropes can mean salvation. But when you're about to reach the ropes, you see a huge hand, fingers as big as, like this, straps, leather straps, lots of hair, making you go tap. Not tap is it called, like, tag team, tag change,
Yeah.
Do you touch this arm?
No, as a reaction, I use meta stamina so that I can breathe for a much longer time than normal humans can do.
So you don't need any help, you try to say. Let me double check that you have. I think this is level 5 and you have it at level 4.
Meta stamina extends the capacity to several minutes.
Okay.
So he can took me for several minutes and I won't.
Okay, make it roll. Activate meta stamina alt. Very good call. Yeah, you can hold your breath for many minutes if you're successful in that. So you realize that maybe if you were a human, you would have passed out, but you're a metanthrope, a powerful metanthrope, and you don't really need to breathe for something like 17 minutes or something. So you don't need any help. What are you going to do then?
So feeling his tight feeling his grip tighten. I'm just gonna go, right, well, I know I'm in a dream world and I'm not gonna be worried about any of this crowd, so I think it's time that I enlarge so that his grip can no longer be round my throat.
Makes sense. Go ahead and roll it. And on the meantime, whatever the result will be, as we see Hulk is beginning to grow, let's go back to Diego, who sees the resignation papers from his team, from one of his students, hasn't seen their face just yet, but they hear him sobbing and crying. They don't really want you to see them. And just say, please sign so I can leave.
I'll grab it and say, that's fine, but I had you marked for captain for next season. I thought you had leadership potential, but I guess
I do. I do.
I guess
On the other team.
yeah, that's fine, and I'll sign the release papers, and it's your career, son. I can't force you to stay.
If you want the best for my career, would you like to see me move on? Don't
But
I have your blessing, coach?
you'll always have my blessing to go wherever you want to go. I want to see you happy, and I want to see you flourish, and wherever your will takes you, then that's where I'll support you. You're always welcome back.
Consciousness.
The door's always open. That's the phrase. That's
That's a nice pun
the door's always open, son. Door's always
for
open.
this session.
Oh.
99. Noinoids and fluke
No,
balloons.
no.
Okay, a simple failure. No, you rerolled. Yeah.
No. Wait. I need to impress this kid. This is what I do. Come on. Here we go. Destiny left.
He bursts away in tears, passing like that, don't really see their face, and they go outside crying and say, I'm so sorry, coach. They burst out of the room. Do you follow them?
Yeah, I'll follow him. Slowly, I'm
The
not
door
chasing.
is open. You
I'm not
go through
running.
the door, and now roll creativity. And we see Diego influencing his environments. Where would you like to follow that person? Where would you think it would be the best location to convince that person to,
I'm gonna follow him.
you know,
And as I follow him, he walks through into the training grounds and through into the youth development camp, and there's a group of kids, like much younger, like 6 and 7 years old, and they're squabbling over team selection, and he's gonna hopefully gravitate towards them, and he's gonna help them pick their teams, and he's gonna show some leadership qualities.
to the captain, to the young captain.
Yeah.
Before we see what happens there, we go into a beautiful though, tree house with pedals. No, actually, it's not a tree house. It's the bathhouse and no, they are actually like on a tree house, which is like also a bath and also a beautiful view. And you are on the seats of a bed, only red velvet seats covering your genitals for viewers' sake. And he's smoking his cigarette and engulfs the entire area and smokes. But even the smokes have a beautiful aroma, smoking.
Yeah,
How do you leave?
Rora's got 3 pineapples on her to cover up her shame in front of everyone. She's gonna be crafty again. She's like, darling, I want to be with you, but I need to know, like, what Is there anyone that you fear? And I'm asking you this as a DM because I want to try and summon a spirit of his foe, which I could do, which will reduce his powers a bit. But I don't know.
Okay,
If he's
let's
gonna...
start. Let's
I don't know
start that anything negative that you want to do with him needs to start with a willpower roll,
Okay, that's what I thought.
and probably he will contest it to keep you in his clutch, but you never know what happens.
Alright, let's see. I think I just got one.
Wow,
success.
wow. You ask that with
Oh my God, nice.
malicious intent. Who do you fear or something?
Well, no, but like in a kind of like I want to protect you, not like tell me who you want to kill. You.
You kinda, after he's done in the bedroom, he's much more talkable, and he's very susceptible to this question, and he does answer it, but he starts to say, "Oh, I have many enemies over many timelines, but above all are the conductors themselves. They don't want to see me reach my final prize, but I have eyes and ears everywhere, Aurora, and I already know of your shortcomings to your previous missions. You've already let them loose. They will be instrumental in the final play, which begins soon, Aurora. I sincerely hope I have you by my side. When we rule, it will be us against the conductors and against everyone, and we will forge this utopia that we dream of." Passionate kiss.
I mean, she's kind of like okay. She's like be like the queen of the world. It's not, not bad a job.
But you can snap out of it unless he actually convinces you. But you manage to succeed, and it's not easy with a 6 roll, so it's up to you.
So what do I need to roll to?
No, you're successful if you want to be successful for this one. If you want to change the environments, this perfect utopia, you can roll creativity. And give me a consciousness roll. Give me a consciousness either way. Lots of rolls in this session. My God. You go through. What are these things that are hanging like decoration that you go like that to pass through?
Well,
Your like.
That could be
Yeah. And when you go through, you realize that immediately this counts as a passing of the environment, and you feel there's a gate opening, okay, a portal, but it's not a portal to the material dimension. It's a portal that's covered in black flames, and someone comes out. On the meantime, who's next? Actually, guys, how much time we have? I think we should I wrap this up?
Yeah, we're about at a session. We've done about a session's worth. So, if you've got a good point.
Okay, how about like a last couple of minutes with each of you? Few minutes with each of you, and then we conclude. Maybe one more roll with each of you. I'm gonna push you until you critically fail. We go to the wrestling match, which you can breathe. You are in control. What happens next?
I rolled enlarge, which was 12 successes. So I am currently enlarged, and I am going to turn around to this dirty lord. May I ask, how many arms does he have?
Arms.
Yeah, does he have one arm or two arms?
Two arms.
3 arms.
But 3 arms. But he's nowhere to be found. As you're a giant, and you turn around, you see neither his crotch nor his visage at all. You're a giant in the midst of and the crowd is silent. Give me now a new consciousness and creativity roll. I'm gonna remove 20 from both of them. But if somehow you manage, you're going better than all of them up to now. Who knows? Will you reach it today? Won't we even need the final session? Will you reach the very end tonight? We see a successful creativity, but a failed consciousness roll. But so double success! Oh, and it's very difficult for you. You see him hiding next to your boot with his wrestling attires. Oh, he was hiding because he's so little and you're so big. Feel that you're in control of the situation. How do you act? Oh, please. Don't hit me. I was merely joking.
Hearing his plea, I don't listen. Place my boot across his body, crushing him to the ground, and say, "Release me and my friends from this state immediately, or you'll have more than me to deal with." And I'll roll a giant strike for that, and large strike, or whatever.
I would tell you that you need to roll like a natural, hit him, yeah? And let's see what happens.
Oh. 7 levels of success.
7. Although he bleeds and he does pretends to move left or right, when the shadow of your boot covers him, he stands. In the last seconds, you see he smiles. You don't know why, because you crush him and you crush the arena. You crush everything underneath you. You create a sinkhole and you pass through another door. And falling, you are in a place which is utter pinkish mists, and there is only one door which has nothing behind it, like a wooden classical door standing without nothing behind it, just the door. And then we swift to Diego, who, hey, why are you rolling dice? For the damage, yeah. Diego was following he's with other children in very, very Diego, when you enter this room, you see not exactly what you imagined, and I'm not sure, as John, how you will take it as Diego. As instead of seeing like a normal coaching classroom, he sees children who can fly, who can teleport and catch the ball, who can lift walls of earth as goalkeepers to prevent the ball from entering. You see, offensive players passing through matter, and you see a football match of 12 versus, I suppose they're 12, I'm not really a football fan as John. 11. 12 versus 12 Metanthropes, 11.
Yeah, 11.
Whatever, a full team of Metanthropes playing football, but all of them using meta powers. So for the very first time of your life, you actually imagine what a meta-powered football match would look like. How does that make Diego feel?
It's his worst nightmare. It feels absolutely horrible. It's the worst thing he's ever seen.
Consciousness, and right-click it, and penalty 33, another unique penalty for this situation.
Oh shit.
Okay.
I don't have any.
Then the following thing happens. The following thing happens. Oh my God! Prepare yourselves. This is okay.
Stop playing the piano. Stop playing the piano.
You don't want to. Let me. Sorry. I need to find a good track for this. children, metapowered children, are playing a match of metapowers, which Diego looks away in disgust. Doesn't want to see all of them cheating. But after all, it is his children in a way. And above all, even if they change teams, even if they don't play football anymore, even if they cheat and use their meta powers in order and you know, taint the game, they are your children and you love them and you need to protect them. And for some reason, you realize that a tentacle of white flesh grabs one of the children's and launches into the air, while another rips it apart into two pieces. Blood and organs fill the field as you see tentacles of white coming out of the mist and the shadows. And we conclude with Aurora and Oneiros, who stands on the very edge of this garden. It's like cities with plants everywhere. All the buildings have covered in green and flowers. This is your perfect utopia. But you, when they were talking about the thing that's happening, and then he looks as if he understands something happening and says,
"Oh my, they are here. We have visitors, Aurora, and soon both our allegiances might come into front."
And then you have a message on your cell phone. Suddenly you try to find it in the seats. It's a message, but it's a message from Tina Misu. Your hands slip sweatily and your cell phone goes back into the velvet seats of Oneiros
And says, "Now it's not the time for this, Aurora. Now it's happening all around you. Your friends are about to open the final door."
And with this, my friends, we shall leave you hanging with leaving only one episode left for Metanthropes Anthologies. As we are about to conclude, make sure you go to the description below where our good friend Oliver will have the pre-launch and you can learn more about Anthologies and find the path in which you can play these stories yourselves. Yes, I have been your host and editor, John. It has been episode 9 called Astral. And next time we conclude this epic saga with all these things that are set up right now. Thank you, everyone. And always remember, stay legit and stay meta. Thank you, Chris. You saved me.
Stay legit.
Woo.
Stay meta. Peace.